along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Are you ready to become your own sports betting expert? Look no further than a VSiN Pro subscription. Your ticket to insider insights, exclusive data, and winning strategies. VSIN.com/subscribe for that, as we will have plenty of opportunities here to talk about a variety of sports.
We've got a lot. There's the graphic. There we go.
We do have the graphic. It is VSiN Pro because we have NBA playoffs, we have NHL playoffs, Major League Baseball as well. The night slate, which gets underway in a little bit. We are having an offer right now where you can grab a subscription for just $199. That is an annual subscription normally priced at $240. So it's basically an extra 2 months for free. 14 months of VSiN Pro access for less than 50 cents a day when you use promo code LIVE. That is VSIN.com/subscribe. A couple of things right now, quick. We'll get back to the basketball here. We'll do it. We'll do our full deep dive into the Major League Baseball. Jared, you and I are still attempting to grind every day.
No, we are. It's just been. It's just we're just losing
at times. How about the guy who gave me a lot of issues betting on him in April, Max Fried.
Your best friend.
My best friend, Max
Friend.
He is throwing a no-hitter right now at Citi Field. 3-0 Braves into the bottom of the 8th. That's a big storyline here following the early games right now in the baseball. And he's pitching a lot better than the more hyped guy today, Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, I thought Skeens looked okay. I mean, it was his first Major League start. Everyone was all geeked up about him. I went under 6.5 strikeouts. I thought it was a good bet because I just didn't think he was going to be in that long. And I was right, but he still got there.
He got 7 in 4 innings.
We got hooked on it. But to me, I think there'll be value on the under on his strikeout prop in no time. People are just going to be hammering that left and right.
Well, I think the other thing, too, and you can use the other top prospect, Jared Jones, to this, is that Pittsburgh has been super protective of their top arms. I mean, Jones looks awesome already. He just has more big experience than Skeens, and yet he throws like 80 pitches an outing, and they pull him.
That's it.
You're going to get a lot of 4 or 5 inning outings here for Skeens. He threw 84 pitches today. Does give up 3 runs in his 4 innings.
Both of these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty
special. So good. I'll be honest. I think Pittsburgh, I wish they had another couple of arms because it would be a fun team to see in the playoffs. With those two guys in games 1 and 2 of a 5-game division series. Be awesome.
It would be.
Or I guess 2 or 3 of the wild card series, best of 3, but whatever. You get the point.
We do.
Yeah.
But it would be fun.
It would be awesome.
There will, at least for Pittsburgh fans, I hope there's a day where that actually happens and they're not just seeing their best arms go 4 or 5 innings on 80 pitches.
Or on Garrett Cole and end up in New York.
Yes. We do get our first final of the day as well. Kevin Gausman and the Blue Jays get a win over the Minnesota Twins is about $1.45 favorite. So Blue Jays Twins, that's been a really fun series so far. If you laid the run line there with Toronto, you had to survive a scare because Minnesota with 2 outs.
7-1.
Top of the ninth. Not only were you blow a 7-1 lead,
7-1 lead,
but a near home run that hit the top of the wall, missed a homer by like 5 inches, would have blown the run line there for Toronto at a nice plus money price. So Gausman and the Jays get the win.
I'll be honest. I think when it comes to these baseball bets, full game, man, you really need and I have a new strat. So plus money is your friend. Baseball is very random, people. Random things, you want to be on the right side of the coin flip. Just look for plus money bets. And not saying every bet has to be plus money, but especially with the first inning stuff that I love, man, it's tough to lay 50 cents on this stuff. And it's just like one error, boom, gone, game over.
You're right. And at least for me, it's like when you're doing plus money, if you have a handicap that is wrong, well, look, you just lose a standard unit bet and it's fine. Like I had the Tanner Houck Red Sox run line, the best can't miss pitching matchup against the awful Patrick Corbin, and the Red Sox laid an egg.
Corbin's looked better.
I know.
he's kind of had a couple of pitchers have kind of had this kind of rejuvenation. You know, the other one, ironically, on the national staff as well, Trevor Williams. Go look at Trevor Williams' numbers this year. Yeah. Trevor Williams gave up as many home runs last year as like anyone else. I think he was like top 5 in home runs. He hasn't given one up, at least coming into his last start. I don't know if he gave one up in his last start, but I remember handicapping his last start. Hadn't given up a home run. He gave up 34 home runs last year. We're a month plus into the year. He has not given up one home run. So there's adjustments being made, perhaps, in that Nationals pitching staff.
And a couple of those guys, too, like the Corbin stuff, his raw numbers were bad, but the peripherals did suggest some positive regression coming. I still just thought, look, those are a joke.
It was a good
offense.
matchup.
Good matchup.
For Tanner Houck's in the Cy Young conversation right now.
But he is. But I lost the bet, but I'm at least going, well, hey, at least I didn't, try to lay like $1.90 money line price or throw some sort of other, throw them in like a parlay or something. It's not something I do with baseball sides. Look, I got it wrong, but it was a plus money bet. And, okay, we move on. We lose a bet, and we're okay.
Yeah, I think the strategy, again, with baseball is to find your specialty, to find your niche. Like, I'm the first inning. I know you like to play a lot of first fives. I like that. I like that angle today. You've got one today. The totals, I think, make a ton of sense. But because of how, I'll call it robust, the baseball markets have become, it's really easy to kind of diversify and find other ways. Like, for example, if you really like the Tanner Houck matchup, but you don't want to bet the Red Sox, you can bet Tanner Houck like 100 different ways. So I think it makes sense to just be a fiend with your app and just scroll through all the markets, hunt for that plus money, and try to create like your own narrative around because I personally hate betting sides, like standard straight sides in baseball. Unless I have like a really good, like, ahead, like, oh, I'm going to bet this the night before and I know the market's going to move a lot. Like, unless that situation occurs, day of baseball sides are just like,
I think where it happens to me, where I find myself more intrigued on the sides, is when, let's say, it's a pitcher like a Tanner Houck, and I'm like, look, I want to target this guy. I go on my apps, I fire it up, and it's like, over 7.5. A little bit 500 team, despite numbers suggesting they probably shouldn't be. Well, now this is a situation where I will just bet the side. I think we're starting to see that with a lot of these elite pitchers. Like, I was going to prepare to load up on Freddie Peralta today for Milwaukee against the awful St. Louis Cardinals.
Tregs. One of the worst bets I've made this year, and I've lost a lot of bets already this year, was the Cardinals to win the division. You can roast me for that, baby. That was an awful bet. They have no chance. They look like a dead freaking stick. They have nothing.
You and I have as many hits as Paul Goldschmidt over the last 3 weeks.
What happened to the Cardinals' offense? Like, you handicap that division a lot because you're a Milwaukee guy. I am dumbfounded. I knew their pitching staff would be up and down. I am dumbfounded at their offense. Absolutely flabbergasted.
It's not great.
They're like one of the worst offenses in baseball. They've got a ton of talent in that lineup. Yeah. They've got Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt in the 2-3 holes, and I know they kind of move things around a little bit, but I don't understand how they're so bad offensively.
And it's not like they are due for positive regression either.
They're not.
If you dive in. They're not hitting any balls hard. It's
the peripherals look worse.
It's almost, and they're not really even striking out. Like, they're putting balls in play. It's just little weak dribblers and pop-ups. It's just the absolute worst in a 3-tier outcome sport that baseball has become. Like, the absolute worst way you can be performing. But that's all to say, like, this was a great example today. I'm like, okay, Freddie Peralta, there's got to be a way I can bet Milwaukee today. I need to bet Peralta. He's coming off his suspension, off to a really good start.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the suspension.
Yeah, really good start. And I'm looking at it. It's like 1.5 earned runs, like juice minus. Like, there's minus money on that. Strikeouts are ridiculous. Like, and outs are ridiculous for a guy who doesn't pitch that deep into games. And I'm like, I can't bet any of this stuff.
No.
If I do, I feel like it's a complete coin flip. And Milwaukee's now like $1.80 favorite, having just blasted St. Louis in the first 2 games of the series. So I decided to lay off. And I think that's kind of the quandary that we get into sometimes with these guys we really like. And it's one of those things. Maybe the betting market, not only do they catch up to those pitchers, but they overreact because they know how much we want to be betting those sorts of guys.
I think baseball, of all the sports that I bet, I think baseball is the one where I'm willing to change the quickest my approach.
Yeah.
I think football, the NFL, because of how regimented the schedule is, the markets are kind of set in stone. I'm not as big into the NFL props as others. I have some, I would say, more intriguing NFL sides and total opinions than I do on the prop markets, although I do like betting the NFL props from time to time. Basketball, NBA, college basketball, I think it's a little more straightforward. The props rule. Hockey, I don't bet. I think baseball, because of just the overall daily grind of it and just how many new markets they're coming out with. For example, that first inning pitches market this year completely caught me off guard. I had no idea that market was going to come out. Now, in a month of betting it, I've kind of learned don't lay the 70 cents on the Yankees overs, even though they're the Yankees and it's Judge and Soto. There's going to be more unders than you think because of just guys swinging early. And I've kind of gravitated now more towards the plus money. But I'll be honest, there's so many markets, I'm willing to scrap something and move to something else if I feel like there's value there. So don't be afraid to, don't be too stubborn, I guess, when you're handicapping baseball, because I do think my opinion on the Cardinals pre-flop needs to change quick. Like, you just have to watch and just go in another direction.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched the last 2 games specifically, but they've literally looked like a double-A team.
They look like the White Sox did the first month.
They have no chance. I mean, Chicago, if you put a Chicago White Sox St. Louis Cardinals series right now, like the White Sox, even in Busch Stadium, might be favored all 3 games. Like, it's crazy. White Sox finally were favored in a game this year against Cleveland in the series. Anyway,
I love fading the White Sox, too.
They have been a great fade. Our update, too, Max Fried taken out after 7 innings. It's a combined no-hitter right now. Joe Jimenez in the 8th inning, freed out after 109 pitches. We'll talk some NBA next. Abby Shin from the Boston Celtics will join us right after this on Live Bet Saturday.
With the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Michael Barr. The NFL legal chief's retirement has brought speculation as to who will land one of the most lucrative and high-profile general counsel jobs in all of professional sports. Jeff Pash, who has spent more than 25 years in the post, is stepping down. Bloomberg reports possible successors include Lawrence Larry Ferrazzani Jr., a former FBI agent who has worked at the NFL for nearly 2 decades, and Major League Soccer general counsel Anastasia Schmidt. The PGA Tour said Joe Gorder was elected chairman of the PGA Tour Enterprises. The commercial venture secured up to $3 billion of funding in January from U.S. investors. Gorder will also sit on a newly formed transition committee, which continues to negotiate with Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Others joining Gorder on the committee include PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, Tiger Woods, and Rory McIlroy. With the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Michael Barr.
A defensive player didn't come off the board in the NFL draft until pick 15, and then after that, a handful of quality players quickly went off the board. Let's take a look at the latest odds to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm Tim Murray from VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Many believe that Dallas Turner would be the first defensive player selected. Instead, he dropped all the way to number 17, where the Minnesota Vikings selected the former Alabama stalwart. He is sitting at 4-1 to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Laiatu Latu, Indianapolis Colts selection at 15 overall. He sits at 7-1 to win the award. Last year at UCLA, he had 13 sacks. Quinyon Mitchell, the cornerback out of Toledo, selected by the Philadelphia Eagles with the 22nd overall pick. He sits at 10-1. Jared Verse, who was picked by the Rams, 19th overall, is 11-1. And Chop Robinson down in Miami, 13-1.
For more, head to VSiN.com.
Responsible sports betting starts with a game plan. That means stick to a budget. Keep it social by playing with friends. Learn the game and know the odds. Play with trusted legal operators. And if you need help, reach out. If you're getting in on the action, visit haveagameplan.org to learn more.
At VSiN, we've got you covered before, during, and after every game. Jumpstart your game day with Tim Murray and Jonathan Von Tobel on VSiN Primetime at 6 Eastern. They'll get you ready before the first tip, puck drop, and pitch, ensuring you're ahead of the game. Then stay in the loop during all the action with the Greg Peterson Experience at 9. And as the night wraps up, join Matt Humans and Wes Reynolds on VSiN Tonight at 11, giving you the first look at tomorrow's lines to get an edge on the next day's bets. All this and more, only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Welcome to Nothing Personal. I'm David Sampson. Thank you for joining us on the DraftKings Network. On my podcast, I'm dedicated to giving you the truth about sports. I was a president of a Major League Baseball team for 18 years. Step inside the front office and really get to know sports. Nothing Personal is available every Monday through Friday, wherever you get your podcasts. Or you can watch us live at 8 a.m. on the Nothing Personal with David Sampson YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe and download, and tell a friend that here, it's just business. This is Nothing Personal.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
We welcome you to Madison Heights, Michigan, here in the area of Detroit, as Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network, in conjunction with 12 Ounce Sports and Snowman Multimedia, are excited to bring you the Cleveland Cobras as they make the trip from Cleveland over in Cuyahoga County here to Michigan to take on the Michigan Gators. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler. Dave Ferris making the trip all the way from Youngstown. Actually, Dave doing the driving for us today as we get ready to bring you another season of Cleveland Cobras football. The Cobras starting week 1 here of their non-league season as they take on one of the best teams in the area, or at least in the region, in the Michigan Gators. And, Coach, a weird scenario here as the Michigan Gators from the Players Football Association are in their second week of the regular season. The Cleveland Cobras are in their first week of their the non-league portion of their season. So the Cobras, this is their first action. It's going to be a little bit different for them than it is the Gators. So Coach Adam Rogerson's got a little bit of work to do and really doesn't know what he has quite yet.
Yeah, and that's the only problem, with the Gators having already 2 games and they haven't really played a game yet. So it's going to be kind of a chess game where you have to plug people in, see what you got, look for your strengths, and, again, do what you got to do. And your coaching staff, his staff has got to pick up things that their tendencies early on to make adjustments.
Certainly, the Cobras started their offseason way back in September with their workout camps and all the way through the winter. You kind of get an idea of what you've got, but really until, for lack of a better phrase, those bullets start flying, the test hasn't been there. They haven't had any scrimmages. They did have one scrimmage, more of a controlled practice, but so again, a lot of adjustments going to have to be made in this game.
Yeah, and and as a coach, that's what you have to see. I always say, you beat yourself up in preseason and practices. It's when then you face a team such as the Gators. Now you get to see and how your team is going to perform, how your guys are going to react, hitting somebody with a different color on. So it's exciting as a coach. And it's really exciting as a player because now you can let it fly.
Yeah, certainly following the Cleveland Cobras this week. They are excited finally to see somebody in another jersey on a field. So they will be getting ready here in warm-ups as the weather here looks a little overcast, not too bad, but I think we're going to be okay for the foreseeable future here this evening. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day, we got an opportunity to speak with Michigan Gators coach Wendell Jefferson. We'll bring you that and all kinds of stuff more here on the pregame show. You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're right back after this. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
Pregame continues here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. And at this time, we are privileged to be joined by owner and head coach Wendell Jefferson of the Michigan Gators. And, Coach, with the interactions now between leagues, we don't always get to see teams over here on the west side of our state up into Michigan. Give us a little bit of history on the Michigan Gators and how we got to where we are today.
Well, the Michigan Gators have been in existence since, I think, 2007. We've had a couple of years where we didn't operate, but overall we've operated every year. We were off for last year. However, we are back and looking to make some noise again.
And you now have a relationship with the Players Football Association and Commissioner Dave Duncan, who's really doing a lot of different things in terms of promoting teams and helping them not only on the field but as an organization and as a business model. Talk a little bit about the work with Dave Duncan and what the PFA is doing for the Michigan Gators.
Well, working with Duncan has been, I guess I could say it's been a godsend. His ideas are new and they're great. They're good ideas. He has a vision for the PFA, but he also has a vision for each team, each member team, and he's working hard to actually help us be successful. So there's a lot of things that he works with as far as marketing and all the other things that you need to make a truly successful program.
And certainly with any improvement with the Michigan Gators would be significant because that has already been an established and well-respected program. Let's talk a little bit about the football side of things. Going from week 1 to week 2, obviously there's the coaches talk, and they say that is the biggest point of improvement is between those 2 weeks. What are you expecting out of your team coming into week 2 after having taken on the NEO Pit Bulls last week out of Ohio?
Well, I'm looking to correct some mistakes for everyone to. It's a new offensive system for everyone to learn the offensive system, be a little bit better at it, the ins and outs of it, and just to be able to play loose. Also, with us not operating, last year there are quite a few new people who they have to learn the defensive system. The defense system is the same. However, you have quite a few new people over on that side of the ball. So I just look for improvement. I want to improve every week. And that's really all I look for.
And certainly the time off, sometimes helpful, sometimes it's tough to rebuild that program. But for our listeners, kind of give them an idea of the character of the team in terms of what you expect out of the Michigan Gators. A lot of teams that we have seen or have been very fast or very good defensively. What is the character of the Michigan Gators, and what can they expect?
Well, the defense has been – the defense is good. We haven't given up a point in the preseason. We didn't give up a point. I can't say that we're fast. We're experienced. They play together well, even though it's a lot of them they're new to the system. However, they picked it up pretty well. The defensive coordinator is doing a great job getting everyone on the same page. Offensively, we've actually been running a spread. We have some dynamic receivers. We have a couple running backs that are fast and quick. And then we have a big bruiser that we use when we get towards the goal line or short yardage situations. But all in all, I would just say that we're just a regular team who comes to work and come to play hard. These guys, they never give up. They play hard, and they give their all each and every down.
Yeah, certainly we expect a great game today with the Cleveland Cobras as they make the 3.5-hour trip from Cuyahoga County. Coach, thanks for joining us. Hopefully everybody comes out healthy, and we hope to hear from you again during the season.
All right, thank you.
During the fall and winter.
Head coach and owner Wendell Jefferson of the Michigan Gators. Pregame continues here. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from Cleveland Cobras head coach Adam Rogerson. All that and more coming up here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day.
Fall and winter grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Melodic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Melodic_Live. And remember, our fans come first.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Pregame show continues here from Warren, Michigan, and we're joined by third-year head coach of the Cleveland Cobras, Adam Rogerson. Coach, the offseason has flown by, and now we're looking at week 1 of the non-league portion of your schedule. Kind of compare for us the personality of last year's team and what we can expect to see out of the Cleveland Cobras here in 2024.
A good thing for the Cobras is we brought back the majority of our team. So the good thing about that is, especially bringing back a key piece in the offensive line, I can't tell you in the semi-pro world how the movement of players can affect a team. But us coming back 2024 with all of our players it's going to be a show. We added a couple more key pieces that we needed, and I think everyone's going to be in for a big surprise when they see us.
Let's talk about the schedules you're facing now. Some changes in the Tri-Point Football League. You're going to see some familiar foes in the Erie Express and the Columbus Fire as they make their way from the GDFL to the Tri-Point Football League. Also, the WPA Wildcats making their return here in 2024. But also, you've added 2 very tough games here in the non-league season with the Michigan Gators as well as the recognized number 1 team in the nation, the Detroit Ravens. Tell us a little bit about the thinking about this schedule and how well the team will be battle-tested come that later part of the season getting into the playoffs.
Absolutely. That's exactly the reason why we did it. We wanted to make sure that we put the toughest games on our schedule that we possibly could.
We didn't run from anyone. We could have easily tried to play a lesser opponent and, almost get that feel-good win and that momentum going into the season, almost taking the easy route. But we decided to go right at them. Like I said, we're bringing back the majority of our team, so I feel like the only way that we can manage to get out of that first round of the playoffs is by playing the best of the best.
When you take a look at the Michigan Gators, they're going from their week 1 of their regular season to week 2, and usually that's the biggest improvement you'll see in teams. You're sort of at a disadvantage right now. This is going to be your first live game action. What are you expecting out of the team as far as getting on the field and executing?
Well, we've been practicing for a long time, and over at the Cleveland Cobras, we have a standard, and we don't stray from it. We're going to go out there and do what we do, and the Michigan Gators, I know they had their game last week versus the Pit Bulls, and we got a chance to watch some film from that. And the guys know what to expect, and they know what the standard is with us. And we're really excited to go up there to Michigan and give it a go.
We had an opportunity also to look at that film from last week. What did you see from the Michigan Gators that really stood out for you?
They're a tough team. They look pretty organized. They're solid. I think that what hindered the Pit Bulls last week was maybe their depth, but the Cobras are going to come locked and loaded, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, certainly look forward to that bus trip up to Warren, Michigan here, and some of the excitement here as we get the 2024 season started on Western Reserve Radio. And, of course, the Tri-Point Football League regular season will start on June 1st, and we'll have that game as the Cleveland Cobras will head to Alliance, Ohio to take on the Ohio Gladiators. Coach, thanks for joining us today. The best of luck this afternoon.
Thanks, man.
That was head coach Adam Rogerson of the Cleveland Cobras. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll continue the pregame show here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodSwimandTennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Cobras Game Day continues here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. Again, want to thank Jeff Beck from 12 Ounce Sports and Brian Snow from Snowman Multimedia for joining us along the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network today. And, Coach, week 1 here, offensively, we got to talk about the quarterback for the Cobras, number 4, Dave Thompson. Veteran, he's been around here, did a great job last year. It showed us he can move with his legs in that, got himself into some better shape. They're going to be relying on him this week.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly how he comes out again, first game, so hopefully his reads are there, does what he needs to do, and he has to run this team to perfection against this team.
Right, and you talk about the guys up front, they're going to be the most important part of this offense. If you have at least a decent offensive line, you're going to have a lot of success at this level.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I was watching film, and the Gators, they're going to bring it up front. They really, their defensive line comes across, and they play hard, and they're quick. So the offensive line is going to really have to move their feet, plant themselves, stay low, and get them arms and hands out there.
Well, talk a little Tommy Noble here as we'll go to the defense. As we always know, the defense is always a little bit ahead of the offense.
Yes.
Because they're more reactionary. But they're going to be relying on that defense today. And we've got to talk about Andy Coe, the defensive lineman. Had a great season last year. And we're looking for even more from him this year, as they're going to have to slow down a very good Gators team.
Yeah, they're very quick and very strong. And so they will they got to do what they got to do offensively and defensively. And again, I will always say it's all about the line play. The Gators, their offensive line is massive. I will tell you, watch film. They plant their feet. They engage in lock. So they'll do a good job there. But it's going to be a decent. It's going to be a real good battle up front. And from there, we'll have to see how the offenses move the defense and vice versa.
Let's talk about the schedule for the Cleveland Cobras here. We talk about a tough schedule, making you battle-tested, going later into the season, into the playoffs, and we always talk about Steve Arnold from the Warren Harding Raiders, just recently retiring as coach of the Raiders. Always played the hardest schedule there, and they knew that if they got through that tough schedule, they were going to do well in the playoffs. This year, the Cleveland Cobras taking on the Michigan Gators, coming back next week to take on the Detroit Ravens, which many recognize as the #1 team in the nation. Something to be said for that schedule is they're going to test themselves early here prior to getting into the Tri-Point Football League season.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's how you're going to test your team. Personally, I would rather want to play those teams maybe a little bit, game 3 or 4 instead of 1 or 2. But, you can gauge from that to see how strong or what your weaknesses are, and you have to build off of that then. So when you do get into, say, league play, you'll be in better shape.
Certainly, they're going to be tested today and next week. We're going to step aside for another break as the officials make their way to the field, both teams getting ready. We are just moments away from kickoff. Here in Madison Heights, Michigan, it's the Cleveland Cobras and the Michigan Gators. As we get ready here for this 2024 season, Coach, we've been itching for it. We've been waiting for some football after the wrap-up of the Youngstown Phantoms hockey season. Here we are.
Back and ready to go. Full throttle for Western Reserve Radio, and can't wait to do it. And with Dave Ferris here helping us out, so we're excited. And we have a new camera going on, so we'll see how that works. So I'm glad everybody's joining in for us.
We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff here from Madison Heights, Michigan. It'll be the Cleveland Cobras and the Cleveland Cobras and the Michigan Gators. We're going to get it right. All that and much more here on Cleveland Cobras Game Day. We're back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
See them
at the front door, leaving me less than what I had before.
Johnson in shotgun, one receiver to the near side. Send a man in motion, slot. That'll be the slot receiver to Golson. Quick pass over the middle, and he's going to hit Abe Taylor for the touchdown, 11 yards.
Run for cover, might get loud. From the bottom to the top, yeah. Our echoes break walls. It's about to get loud.
Wallace is the quarterback. Johnson is the tailback to his left. 4th down and just about 5. Wallace back to pass. Offensive line gives him time. Going to take a deep shot. Has a man wide open in the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll try a 31-yard field goal. Steve Anthony on the snap, and Townsend will be the holder. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:25 left here in the 4th quarter.
See them knocking at the front door, leaving me less than what I had before. Seeing red, I gotta let it out. Run for cover, cause it might get loud. It's about to get loud. It's about to get loud. Gotta put it down, beat it till you're broken inside. Gotta put it down, beat it till you're broken inside.
And we welcome you to Madison Heights, Michigan, as Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network are proud to bring to you Cleveland Cobras football. The kickoff of the 2024 season is upon us as they make the trip from Cuyahoga County to take on the Michigan Gators. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler. Dave Ferris making the trip with us all the way over here to Michigan as we get ready for this interleague matchup between the Cleveland Cobras from the Tri-Point Football League and the Michigan Gators from the Players Football Association. I want to thank both sides for helping us out this week as they got us rosters and kind of worked with it. Jesse Caldwell getting us some photos of the guys and kind of setting us up here for this week as everybody's excited to get this one started. But as we mentioned in the pregame show, Coach, this was not going to be week 1 for the Michigan Gators. This is going to be week 2 of their regular season. This is going to be week 1 of the non-league season for the Cleveland Cobras. The Cobras, this will be their first actual game action for them for the 2024 season. So a lot to be seen by Adam Rogerson and this roster as they've added some pieces. And certainly with the timing and the time spent together over the last couple of years, we should see some improvement on both sides of the ball.
Well, and the other thing is they just flipped the coin toss, and the Gators won it. They are deferring, so we will be able to see Cleveland's offense out there with David Thompson. So we'll see how he does and his receivers, and we'll do what we need to do. So I'm excited to get started with the season.
Yeah, we talked about Dave Thompson in the pregame show, and he's a veteran of this team. Certainly been around a long time. Came back a couple of years ago. I think he was talked into it, but has really taken the reins and worked with Adam Rogerson, trying to get this offense going as the kick return team comes out for the Cobras. And certainly he's going to be relied upon, not only just as the performer, but kind of an on-the-field coach for the Cobras.
Well, and that's your quarterback is your leader, and he's got to be your eyes. He's the coach's eyes because a lot of time the coaches could only see so much because, as you know, with us, there's no eye in the sky. So what we try to do is we are trying to communicate with our quarterback, who is the leader out there. So he's got to tell us, and receivers as well as the linemen, exactly what's going on there. So this ought to be an interesting game. So we're Cobras are out there lining up, and Michigan still is getting dressed, so we'll be a minute here.
The officials now getting everything set up here. Weather up here right now, it's mostly cloudy skies, just in about the mid-50s. We had some rain up here earlier, and, of course, had some weather warnings back home there, Coach. Everything seems to have panned out well there, and it looks like we're going to be okay for the foreseeable future here this evening. And we're talking about a 6% chance of rain in the area, which we will take that after what we've seen for the last couple of days. Certainly the forecast has improved here. We're going to be on a grass surface. Coach, now the exception more than the rule, as we see most schools with turf. This one a little bit different here is you actually have to prepare for this in terms of what kind of cleats even you're going to wear.
Well, and the other thing, it slows the teams down, too. You're not going to get the footing. You have to be very careful with the spikes. Obviously, this isn't college or NFL where, they could go to the sidelines and say, I'm going to a 1 3/4 inch spike, and then it just can't change. So the field, again, wet. It looks dry, but obviously it's going to give a little bit, but it's in absolute magnificent shape. So we'll see as it goes and how it, if the field at all benefits to either team, we'll say.
Yeah, you mentioned when we came in here that there was a nice crown on the field, so it should drain relatively well here. So conditions fairly good up here in Michigan as we were up by the lake. And it's going to be Wesley Bryant that's going to kick this one off for the Michigan Gators as the preseason now comes to an end for the Cobras. Officials in place, and we are ready to go here in the 2024 season. Tri-Point Football League in their third season in existence. The Cobras, Coach, will be in their 17th year. Would have been 18th if it wasn't for the COVID year.
Yeah. Well, that ruined a lot of teams, unfortunately, and things.
And the Gators getting ready to kick this one off, as Coach mentioned. They won the toss and deferred until the second half. And we are underway here on a short kick. Ball going past the 50, and it's going to be recovered by the Gators. So the Gators, more or less with an onside kick here. The front line never looked back. So it's going to be the Michigan Gators with the ball first and 10. It's going to be in Cleveland territory. They will mark that, I believe, right around the 48-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunately, we call them the next after the front line. You have fullbacks, and the fullbacks just were not spread out and up enough. They gave a beautiful area on the football field where they were able to pooch it and go right in.
So after a delay here as we try to find the football, we'll bring this out. We'll actually call it the 49-yard line. So the Gators first and 10 on the Cobra side of the field. Clock really never started here, so we'll have 15 minutes up here on the board as the Cobra defense, led by defensive lineman Andy Code, will take the field. Andy Code had a great season back in 2023 here. It looks like he's going to move to the outside on the end, worked mostly on the interior last year. As the Gators now will come out first and 10. And a quarterback. Now we have a change in that. It'll be JT Terry at quarterback for the Michigan Gators. They'll come out in a 2x2 set, moving right to left on your devices if you're listening on the Live 365 network or tune in. High snap. We have a whistle, and we're going to have a false start coming up against the Michigan Gators. So we've started with an onside kick, Coach, that did not go the Cobras' way, and then a penalty against the Gators. We would kind of expect these things in week one for the Cobras.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it happens. A little jitters and stuff, but just want to tell you the offensive line is rather large for Michigan, so we just have to be a little bit faster. Move our feet and get in there.
Snap back this time, three-step drop. We're going to have another whistle. Now we're going to have an encroachment against the Cobras, and I believe Andy Code was going to be lined up offside. Yeah. So the officials giveth and the officials taketh away, and they can really kind of just put it back to where it was.
Yeah, and it's funny because I didn't have a good angle, but I could see he was about a yard over the ball. So they got to check and see where that ball is and make sure they're a yard off that line.
So 3 attempts. We have not had a full play yet. JT Terry now at quarterback for Michigan. Still in a 4 wide receiver set, first and 10. He'll step up, going to carry it himself up the middle. He'll find his way to the near sideline and get past the He'll be inside the 30 and down near the 27-yard line. And a big hole up the middle there as he stepped back to pass. Everybody went into pass coverage, and nobody there to cover the quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, in my head before that snap of the ball, I said, you know what? I guarantee you what he's going to do is run or draw just because we have not seen this quarterback, and he's filling in right now for whatever. And sure enough, they fan blocked that, and he found the opening.
So receivers 2 by 2 again with Terry at the quarterback. Cam Pleasant. That'll be DeMonte Maddox to his right hip. Terry rolling out to his right, looking downfield, trying to direct traffic. Fires it back across the middle, going to be caught inside the 25 down to the 24. And that's going to be caught by Mike Davis.
Yep, good job. I mean, good coverage out there, but they have got to he snuck out and had the alley on that. But, again, we've got to do a better job.
Only looked like he picked up a yard or two on the play. Maybe even got back to the line of scrimmage on that. So 2nd and 10 now. Well, they're actually going to move the ball now.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 2nd and 8 for the Michigan Gators. 13:35 here. First quarter if you're just joining us. J.T. Terry at quarterback. We'll have Drew Carroll, wide receiver, to the far side. Twin receivers to the near side. They're going to move to the right hash mark. As now we're going to have Cranston Brown at quarterback for the Gators. You'll have Maddox to his right. Wide side will be to our near side, moving right to left. 2nd and 8 for the Gators. 13:08 left here in the first quarter. Got some movement up front. No flag, though. Going to be handed off to the left side. Some pressure. Trying to get to the outside. They're going to push him into the backfield. And Maddox going to be knocked out of bounds, and he's going to lose a couple yards on the play. That's going to bring 3rd down for the Michigan Gators.
Yeah, it was a great job by Mike Marshall in that he was there. But I'll tell you what, the defensive line came off like a train, and the offensive line was like, where did they go? So outstanding job by the defensive line of the Cobras. Amazing. They came off that, and that's what they need to do to beat this size. Be faster, be quicker.
Great pursuit by the Cleveland Cobras. They'll go to three wide receiver set to the far side. Cam Pleasant will be the receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one. Brown now in the shotgun. He'll have one wing to his right. 12-11 left here, first quarter, no score. Brown plants feet, throwing down, looking for Pleasant. One-on-one, it's going to be dropped in the end zone. Knocked away. I believe that's going to be Kev Fortson on the defense for the Cobras.
I'll tell you what, he got beat, but then he read his eyes, got that hand up. The ball was in the receiver's hands, and he was able to tip it out of there. So that was an outstanding job.
Yeah, the film we watched with Cam Pleasant, he's an outside receiver, does a great job getting down that sideline. And then Jose Cannon's the other one we're going to watch for. He likes to work from inside to the slot as they'll come out 3 wide receivers again to the far side. Pleasant going to be the sole receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with Fortson. Brown in the shotgun. One running back to his right. So 4th and 10 for the Gators. 11:32 left here, first quarter. Brown back to pass, looking downfield, fires. Pleasant wide open. He's going to drop it. Kev Fortson looked like he was kind of cheating there, was looking into the backfield. Pleasant was wide open, couldn't haul it in. It's going to be a turnover on downs. So after the onside kick, Coach, no foul on that, no harm. And the Cobras will take over 1st and 10 right around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, but the problem lies with that is he can't be nosy in the backfield. He has got to stay with his receiver because he was beat by 5 yards. That should have been a touchdown. That was just and he didn't catch it. So unfortunately or fortunately for the Cobras, that was misplay. So they got to do the job here.
I want to thank 12-Ounce Sports and Snowman Multimedia for joining us today here on this week 1 of the Cleveland Cobras 2024 season. Jim Craven with you along with the coach, Bob Gessler, Dave Ferris, pushing all the buttons here as Dave Thompson will come out in an empty formation. Now 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. It'll be 1st and 10. And we'll call this the 26-yard line. 11:24 as the left in the first quarter as the Cobras will have their first possession of 2024. Thompson stepping back to pass, going to step up there, try to find somebody who's going to throw it to the sideline. He'll get outside the outside the box there, Coach. No receivers in the area, but no call on that. 11:15 left here, first quarter.
Well, Devin Blatt on that one, he was all over him. And when I was watching film, I noticed he's number 17, big guy, and he comes off like a train. So they have really got to watch for him. Somebody's got to step in his way.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Cobras. Clock continues to run. 11:08 left here in this first frame. Cobras seeing their first action of 2024 as they'll come back out in the empty formation. Thompson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Thompson giving some last-second instructions. Got some movement up front. Ball's going to go over the head of Thompson, and it's going to be an encroachment coming up against the Gators. That'll make it 2nd and 5 for the Cleveland Cobras.
Yeah, I think he changed up the count there. As soon as he dropped his hand for the center to snap it, center picked his head up, and he hesitated, and the line came across, so that was a good job.
The only concern there was a snap went over Dave Thompson's head.
Yeah, but I believe that they were already in the backfield.
So they'll try this again with the empty formation. Thompson in the shotgun, 2nd and 5 now, ball at the 31-yard line. 10:25 left here, first quarter, no score. Thompson barking out orders to the far side of the field. He'll step back, fires over the middle, and it's going to be dropped. Had a wide open receiver, and I believe that's going to be Keyshawn Baycoat. And Keyshawn was kind enough to come up here and let us make sure we got his name right this time.
Yeah, but he should have caught that ball, Jim. That ball was right there. I think he took his eyes off us thinking a linebacker or a safety was going to come up and plow him. And he's got to make that call. He's got to make that catch. That was a first down all the way.
3rd and 5 now for the Cobras. 10:05 left here, first quarter. On a relatively cool evening here in Madison Heights, Michigan, right around the 54-degree mark, overcast skies. As Coach mentioned, field looks to be in great shape. Of course, we are in this, I guess technically still in the spring season here as everything starts to grow.
Yeah, especially with
more than I want sometimes.
Yeah, with all the rain.
TJ Johnson now to the right of Dave Thompson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Movement up front again. Another flag. It's going to be an encroachment against Michigan. That should be enough for a first down for the Cobras. And they'll get 10 yards just off of penalties.
Yeah, Aaron Timmons, he's getting a little bit nosy in there. And so, unfortunately, he jumped, and that's not a good thing for him. So he has got to say, and here's the thing. He's right over the ball. He's got to watch the football. He can't listen to them quarterbacks because they make linemen look silly.
Unless you're the center, Coach, you can never be offside.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen that, too.
They'll come out the trip formation to the far side again. Single side receiver to the near side. That'll be D'Angelo Thompson as Dave Thompson will be in the shotgun. Back to pass. Pump fakes. Steps up in the pocket. It's going to be knocked out of his hands, and it's going to be picked up by Keon Holmes, and he's going to go into the end zone. We have a flag. But the ball was knocked away, went right into the hands of Keon Holmes. And we'll see what the infraction was. And judging by the body language, I'm going to assume this is going to be against Michigan. That may nullify the play, but we'll see if we can get the call.
Christopher Johnson is just livid.
Personal foul. It's going to be head contact against Michigan. Now, the turnover will count, so it's going to be the infraction concurred after the turnover. So Michigan will get the ball. 8:44 left here, first quarter. First turnover of the game. Dave Thompson having the ball knocked out of his hand. And a heads-up play by Keon Holmes. So Michigan will have the penalty assessed against them. They'll start a little bit further back.
Yeah, and that penalty is from the spot of the foul. So that's why they're 15 yards back, so they got the ball going in on the 40 instead of a touchdown.
So 1st and 10 now for the Michigan Gators. They'll be at the Cleveland 40-yard line. 8:44 left here, first quarter, no score. As we see Abe Taylor now at the right end. Talked about him even working at tight end. He's got that tall range.
Well, he's a tall man.
So Cranston Brand now in a shotgun formation, one back to his right. He'll give it to him this time, straight up the middle. Going to break a tackle off to the left side. Near the end zone, it's going to be a flag on the play. I believe this play will end up inside the 20-yard line. Brought down by Tim Stevens. But no flag on the play there. So first down for Michigan inside the 20. They'll be in the red zone. They'll mark this right around the 17-yard line. No individual lines marked on here. So we're going to kind of be guesstimating a little bit on that, Coach.
Yep. AB's doing a little bit of politicking because when he went to break, when he got around the edge, running back got around the edge, he looked like he was getting danced with a little bit there, Jim. So I think he was just saying, hey, could you watch the dance move by the tackle on the left side?
Pistol formation now for the Gators. 3 receivers to the far side. That'll be Mike Davis on the far end. It'll be Pleasant to the near side, one-on-one with Fortson. Tyrell Yarborough at the running back position. Quick pass out to the far side. It's going to be caught, but going to be brought down with no gain. Mike Davis on the reception. And it's going to be second down, and we'll call it maybe 12 for the Michigan Gators. So neither offense getting going here early in this game. 7:20 left here, first quarter, no score. Michigan getting the ball on a turnover, forcing Dave Thompson up into the pocket. They knocked the ball away, and it was picked up by Holmes for Michigan.
That looked like Forson got it there, Jim. I'm sorry. Look, I was trying to get a number on the far end.
So Brown now in the shotgun. You'll have Yarborough to his right. 3 receivers to the near side. Brown with the snap. Quick fat pump. Looking for a receiver wide open in the corner. It's going to be cut for a Michigan touchdown. Keon Holmes on the Michigan touchdown gives the Gators a 6-0 lead with 6:35 left here in the first quarter. And it's this side of the field, Coach, again.
17-yard pass and catch. Put 6 on the board for the Gators.
Well, it was a deep pass, and you know what? Somebody bit the corner should have been outside deep, and he bit on it, and unfortunately, 2 receivers, 2 DBs, and he's got to stick with his man. I don't know. I tried to pick it up if they crossed, and if they crossed, he's got to break off and stay to the outside. He's got to make that call.
A pump fake by Cranston Brown, throwing everybody off here is now going to be Brown in the shotgun. Jose Cannon to his left in the backfield. Also going to have Aaron Timmons in the back there. Handoff as they go for the 2-point conversion. And no good. So with 6:35 left here, first quarter, Michigan cannot convert on the extra point. Score remains 6-0. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're right back after this.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
6:35 left here, first quarter. Gators take a 6-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. As the Cobras now will bring the kick return team out of here again. We'll have to keep an eye on the short kicks as they caught the Cobras this time. And the Cobras said, we're not falling for this time. They'll back up a little bit more. But I don't even know if that's going to be a smart idea. So Cobras making their adjustments. Try to avoid that mistake this time.
Yeah, I was going to say the Cobras were 20 yards back. They here you go. That's better. Now you got to move your fullbacks up. That's what you got to do.
So Wesley Bryant to kick this one off for the Gators. Michigan with a 6-0 lead here in the first quarter. This one will be a medium-sized kick. Be fielded right around the 32-yard line and brought upfield back to out to the far side near the Cobra sideline. Room to run. He's going to be brought down in Gators territory right around the 47-yard line. And that's going to be Malik Gaddy on the return for the Cobras. So the Cobras end up with good field position. And we'll see if they change some things up here, Coach. One of the concerns I would have is going into that empty formation early in the game there. Really not much to look for there, and you can bring a little bit of pressure even though you got to be concerned with those receivers.
Yeah, the other thing with that is if you're running empty, you can't be throwing 30 yards down the field. You got to start hitting quick things, get them backers up so you can get that between them safeties and them linebackers, get that soft zone behind them.
6:25 here. Cobras go back to the empty formation. 3 receivers to the near side. Cobras moving left to right on your devices. And we'll call it the 47-yard line, maybe 48. So 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Thompson in the shotgun. Waiting for the snap. Good snap. He'll step back, steps up in the pocket. Caught over the middle at the 40. Inside the 30 and brought down at the 27-yard line. And that's going to be Tyree Knight on the reception for the Cobras. It's going to be a first down, and we're going to have a hold coming up against the Cobras. Coach, I didn't see the flag on the far side. So not only is that ball going to come back, they're going to assess the penalty.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't see the penalty, but I saw the holding. It was the backside tackle. That end, who's fast, instead of him getting a good drop, he's got to move his feet, get back, and get to his outside shoulder, force him in. Because as soon as he got him around, he grabbed the hold and gave him a tug in front of that official. They're going to call that every time.
Yeah, Devin Bland from the Gators, and if you take a look at it, he's an imposing sight. Big guy, but obviously has some speed on him. Something to be concerned about, but a well-executed play by the Cobras. That one will be called back as they'll go with Matt Wise to the far side. He and Tyree Knight, twin receivers to the near side. Now Johnson will leave the backfield. He'll be part of the 3-receiver formation to the near side now. Thompson trying to point out a few last-second things. 5:50 left here, first quarter. Thompson with the hard count, trying to draw somebody off. Quick pass out to the far side. That's going to be Knight. He'll make it out to the 49-yard line. May get credit for midfield. That'll pick up some of the penalty yardage, but it's going to be second down for the Cleveland Cobras.
But again, if you're going to run empty, that's what they got to do. It's got to be quick passes. You got to look for slants across the zone, read your linebackers, see where they are. But that was a good job. They got 8 yards on that, 7 yards on that. Okay, now second down, get half more, and then it's doable after that. That's a good job.
I'll look to get into a manageable third down for the Cobras. 5:07 as the clock will continue run after the markers are set. TJ Johnson in the backfield now to the left of Dave Thompson. Twin receivers to the near side. He'll give it to Johnson. He'll maybe pick up a yard or two on the play. That'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Cobras.
Yeah, that was a good job. I mean, on the draw, but, when you've got 2nd and 8, 2nd and 13. Personally, I would have tried to do something across the middle or something safe to get a little bit more yardage. Again, you got the ball just across the 50, 3rd and 10. So let's not don't get impatient here. Make sure it's there.
So 3rd and 10 now for the Cobras. Again, back at the original line of scrimmage. 4:15 left here, first quarter. Thompson back in the shotgun. TJ Johnson to his right this time. Thompson waiting for the snap. Pump fakes. Looking downfield. Fires, and it's going to be intercepted at the 35-yard line by the Gators and brought out to the 48-yard line. That's going to be picked off by Mike Davis for the Gators.
Well, I just want to tell you, I was watching AB go down on the sidelines. He just stop and go, and unfortunately, Thompson didn't see him. He was wide open. There was nobody around him. He had beat his man. Safety was looking backside, and he would have that would have been a score. But again, got to look around. He threw in the center of the field. Was no good. You had 3 guys just standing there.
So 1st and 10 for the Gators. They'll have the ball at their own 48-yard line. 3:49 left here, first quarter. Cobras trail by a score of 6-0. So 2 turnovers so far by the Cleveland offense. As the Gators now will go 3 receivers to the far side. Brown in the shotgun. You have Yarborough to his right. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Cam Pleasant. Handoff to the left side there. Pressure coming up the middle. And there's going to be a flag on the play, but he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. And we're going to have a face mask coming up against the Cobras. That'll result in a 1st and 10 for Michigan.
Yeah, it was inadvertent, but he still got him.
We'll see where they mark the ball.
That's personal foul.
So this will bring them into Cleveland territory. They'll mark this first and 10 at the Cleveland 36-yard line.
They also made a little bit of a change on the defensive line. Code went inside. Now he's playing tackle. And it looks like that Justin Harrod is going to be playing the end on the top side.
So the 4-man front for the Cleveland Cobras as the sun starts to peek out here in Madison Heights.
It actually did. We've got sunshine and shadows.
Twin receivers to the far side now. Looks like Cannon will make his way to the left side. He'll line up behind a tackle, almost like a wing. Brown in the shotgun. He'll have pistol formation. You have Yarborough behind him. Bobbles a snap. No problem. Going to roll out. Fires. And it's going to be caught by Cannon inside the 30, inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for Michigan.
Yeah, he just keeps playing on this side, and he saw something, and they're going to keep hitting that because that corner has got to do a better job.
So 1st and 10 for the Michigan Gators. 2:34 left here, first quarter. Gators with a 6-0 lead.
Forson's got to stay with his man. That's who he keeps getting beat, and he's giving him gap. And he's looking in that backfield. He can't look in the backfield. He's going to stick with this man.
Twin receivers on the far side now. That'll be Holmes and Davis. Single receiver to the near side. That'll be Pleasant. Brown in the pistol. Yarborough behind him. They'll hand it off straight up the middle. He'll make one spin, maybe pick up a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down for the Gators.
That was a good job up front. Did a heck of a job. I tell you what, their line is so big. They step and they gave him the opening, but the linebackers come flying in there. And that was Tim Stevens. Did a great job filling that hole and came in and brought him right down. And that was a good job by him. He saw what they were doing up front, and he attacked.
So trip receivers to the far side now for Michigan. That'll be Cannon, Davis, and Holmes. Pleasant, the single receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with Fortson. Yarborough, the running back behind Brown. 3-step drop for Brown. Under pressure, Code took a swipe at him. Couldn't catch up when he'll throw this out to the flats. It's going to be caught by Yarborough, who'll head into the end zone for a touchdown. So Brown, with his 2nd touchdown pass of the day to Yarborough, gives the Gators a 12-0 lead.
All they did was fake him, and then he ran a little swing pattern to the right. The corner blew out of there because the guy up front, but that linebacker's got to read that on that backside backer. His read is through the guard and into the nearest back. So when that back swings, he got to fly out of there, and then that Mike's got to step up on the inside to take away anything inside. But he got nosy inside and didn't go with the running back, and that's what burned him.
1:14 left here, first quarter. Gators with a 12-0 lead. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll go with a heavy backfield this time. Looks like
that is heavy.
Yeah, I'm not sure which zero that is. We have 2 listed, but I believe that's going to be, we'll say Javon Daniels. They listed him as a fullback. As Brown now will hand it off up the middle, and he'll get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That'll give Michigan a 14-0 lead with 1:14 left here, first quarter.
And there's some jawing going on. Code didn't like what was going on, and this seems to be a battle. Him and Nolan Spencer really going at it, and you're looking at a couple of big bodies that are probably combined close to 550 pounds between both.
A lot of humanity there, as we have 1:14 left here, first quarter. Michigan with a 14-0 lead. They get the touchdown pass to get the game going from Brown to Holmes. And then Brown gets his second touchdown pass of the day as he hits Yarborough in the flats. And Yarborough goes 16 yards for the Gator touchdown.
Cleveland's got to just settle down. You know what? They're in this game. They've made some mistakes, that's all. But their reads are bad. So the linebackers got to watch those backs coming out of the backfield. They're not doing anything fancy. They just got to get it done. Now, offensively, again, throw the short passes, throw inside, throw outside. But when you got a receiver wide open, you know, Thompson's got to look for that. He had plenty of time, but I think because they're getting to him, he's getting a little happy feet and he's trying to get rid of the ball too quick now.
1:14 remaining here in this first frame. As Bryant will kick this one off for the Gators. Cleveland Cobras will be back here in Michigan next week as they head over to take on the Detroit Ravens. Schedule not getting much easier for them here in this non-league portion of the season. Kickoff going to be dropped and covered up inside the 40-yard line, right around the 38-yard line. And it looked like Javon Washington had an opportunity to bring it in, but went right through his arms.
Yeah, that hits that shoulder pad with that oval football. It just does silly things.
Unfortunately, the Cobras will cover this one up. They'll have the ball 1st and 10, and we'll call it maybe the 37-yard line. 1:09 left here in this first quarter. Gators with a 14-0 lead.
Well, they just got to settle down and do things that they do right. And, again, little dink and doink. Take a look. Offensive line's got to give Thompson a little bit more time. Now we got a different look here. We got a sidecar and a deep man, so we'll see how we do now on this.
Twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Thompson in the shotgun, one running back to his right, one to his rear. Handoff this time off the right side, and he'll make it past the 40 and down to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 for the Cobras, and a good run by the Cobras offense.
That was absolutely a good run. The offensive line did a good job. He was patient on the run, saw the hole, and hey, I'll take 4 or 5 yards of carry on first down. Manageable here. Now, again, do what you're doing best. Don't force the ball. Get some yardage here because you got to come out of here, even if it's at the end of the first quarter, get some points. Now, let's just settle down and play the game.
Martucci in the backfield with Thompson. And behind Thompson, I believe, that'll be Gaddy. Same formation, twin receivers to the near side as well. Thompson with the snap. He'll hand this one off, looking to move around. Everybody's going to be hit initially, going to break up tackle and make it out near midfield as the Cobras should have enough for a first down. And it was Bland that had an opportunity to bring him down in the backfield. But Malik Gaddy doing a great job spinning off of that, getting to the far side and picking up the first down for the Cobras.
Well, one thing, when you get in there, you better wrap somebody up because if you don't, just nothing you can do. So.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Madison Heights, Michigan. As the Gators, they take a 14-0 lead. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. We're going to step aside for a timeout. We'll be right back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Catch sports talk around the clock in the Valley on the iMedia One Network, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Second quarter action coming up here as the Gators take a 14-0 lead in the first quarter over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll switch sides of the field. Cobras with the ball now, 1st and 10 at the Gators' 49-yard line. And it'll be Thompson in the shotgun. TJ Johnson to his right. Twin receivers to the far side. Twin receivers to the near side as well. I believe that's going to be Ben Slater on the outside. Thompson waiting for the snap. Gators showing some pressure. Thompson throwing it out into the flat, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended. I believe that's going to be DeAndre Thompson.
Yeah, I just overthrew him. I think if he had got it to him, he would have probably ended up getting a completion. But unfortunately, I just threw it wide. I think, again, he had people chasing him down, but he has got to just hang in there and get the ball there. You're going to take a pounding. That's just how it goes.
2-by-2 formation again for the Cobras. 14:51 left here, second quarter. Thompson in the shotgun. Johnson to his right. Thompson firing down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for, I believe that's going to be number 0 here, but I think it's going to be Chris Cawley, but I didn't think Cawley was going to be available today. However, could be wrong about that. Obviously made some adjustments here, so that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Cobras. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Cleveland. Ball at the Gators' 49-yard line, and Coach, I don't know. They looked like on the run game they were getting something done there. Maybe if I were them, maybe look for a little bit more balance in that offense.
Yeah, and that's all. You know what? Good point, Jim. And that's exactly what I would have done. They were running the ball because they're coming up field so much they're able to hit up underneath. So, right now 3rd and long. So I'm sure he's going to pass the ball, but he's got to come down with a more balanced offense.
Thompson in the shotgun. Andre Daniels will be the receiver to the far side. Twin receivers to the near side. Slater being on the outside. 3rd and 10. 13:58 left here, second quarter. Got some movement up here, and we're going to have a false start coming up against the Cobras. And if I'm going to guess, I think that's going to be DeAndre Carr that is going to be the guilty party on that one.
Yeah, he was sitting there for a while, and that's what happens with these Hogs. They sit down for a while, and they get a little anxious.
Just snap the ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's it. He probably went back there and said, hey, Dave, you want to do me a favor? I understand that, but I can't stand in this position. I'm a big body. I got to move.
Clock continuing to run here, 13:33. As Thompson will go into shotgun, Johnson to his right. And we're going to have 2 receivers in the backfield trying to figure it out here. And I believe that's going to be Daniels and D'Angelo Thompson. Now the twin receivers to the far side. Thompson with the pump fake. Intended for Slater. Almost picked off by Michigan. And it looked like Maddox had an opportunity at it for the Gators. That was going to be J.T. Terry that had the opportunity at it. He dropped the ball. That's going to bring up 4th down, and the Cobras will punt for the first time today.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, that was a great throw. I mean, that ball should have been caught. Slater should have had that all the way. It was right in his hands, and he just let it go through. And he catches that. I mean, he could have got some yardage on this.
Joe Barrico on to punt for the Cobras. Justin Herod to long snap for Cleveland. 12:47 on a running clock here, second quarter. Gators up by a score of 14-0. High snap, but Barrico's going to be able to bring this one down. He'll get it away. It'll be a spiral kick. It won't go very far, but roll inside the 30 and be down near the 27-yard line. And the Gators will take over 1st and 10 for the first time here in the second quarter. 12:25 left. Michigan with a 14-0 lead.
Kind of don't understand that. I saw a bunch of guys fall down, and I don't know what that was. Maybe trying to get them to jump, but
a high snap on the punt there. Threw Barrico off a little bit. He knew he had to get the ball away. Didn't get the best punt, but he will pin the Gators back a little bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah, we'll say maybe right around the 26 or 27-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Gators.
And remember, people, this is the Cobras' first game. against an opponent, and this is their second game, so that makes a big difference when, as far as coaching and stuff and the players. So, they just got to pick it up, make adjustments at halftime. But right now, you got 12 minutes, you got a lot of time. You got to shut them down now and get some 3 and outs and get the ball back and get some scores.
Pleasant and Holmes will be the two receivers on the far side. It'll be Cannon to the near side. Brown in a pistol formation. One running back to his rear. 12:25 left here, second quarter. They'll pitch this one out on the sweep. Out to Yarborough. Yarborough will be brought down near the 35-yard line, depending on where they want to mark it. It'll be short of the first down.
Got to wrap this gentleman up. I'll tell you what, you can see he runs hard, and he's a little bit of slippery. Did some turning. They should have had him after maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain, and he ends up getting an 8-yard gain because we just didn't wrap him up. They got to hit this kid. They got to put shoulder pad into him and bring him down.
It looks like he hasn't missed leg day at the gym either. So
yeah,
better wrap up and hold on.
You got that right, Jim.
11:43 as the clock continues to run here, second quarter. Gators with a 14-0 lead. It'll be Pleasant and Holmes, receivers to the far side. Cannon to the near side. Brown in the pistol formation. Yarborough behind him. Second and short. We'll call it about 1.5 yards. As Brown waits for the snap. He'll fake the pitch to the left and throw it over the middle, and it's going to be dropped at the 45-yard line. If that was caught by Holmes, he was going all the way for a touchdown. And sometimes better lucky than good, Coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just it's today with number 12s. Seems like if you're wearing a number 12, you're just not having a very good day dropping balls and his DBs. So that was a pure touchdown right there. A good throw, but maybe he felt a little bit.
Cleveland going to take a timeout here. 11:13 left here in the second quarter. We'll step aside for a break as well. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're right back after this.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
11:13 left here, second quarter. Cleveland taking their first time out of the afternoon. Gators now come out with twin receivers to the far side. Holmes and Pleasant. Brown back to the shotgun. Pistol formation, Yarborough behind him. Cannon to the near side. Cannon one-on-one with Tamir Stevens. To the bottom of your screen, or if you're listening in on your device, moving left to right. Holmes waiting for the snap. Trying to get the Cobras to jump. No go there. They'll hand it off up the middle, and it'll be Yarborough with the carry. He'll be brought down at the 39-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Gators.
That was a very generous spot, but that's okay. He did get the first down, but I think there was an extra yard given to him, right hand, left hand.
And they'll move it back to the other side of the line. So first,
okay, there we go.
First and 10 for Michigan at their own 40-yard line. We talk about left foot, right foot.
Yeah, that was left foot, right foot. There's no doubt about that. And that's okay. We'll take it.
Pleasant, the receiver to the far side now. Twin receivers to the near side being Holmes and Davis. Cannon in the backfield. Kind of looks like they're going over the play. Always had one guy in the huddle there, Coach. Just
it's usually a lineman. It's not a back, though.
Cannon will be the wing to the left. Holmes with the snap. He'll roll out to the near side, looking for a wide-open receiver. Couldn't get it over the middle now, and it's going to be caught by Pleasant. And Pleasant will catch that one inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. On the Cleveland side of the field, it'll be first and 10 for the Gators.
Pinpoint pass, and that was a bullet. And I'll tell you what, that was an outstanding throw. And Pleasant was right there. Good hands, brought it in. Good tackle. But again, there's unbelievable on that throw. I mean, he zipped that thing in there.
A lot of time there for the Gator quarterback. 9:46 left here in the second quarter. Michigan with a 14-0 lead. Gators now with the ball on the drive. This will be 1st and 10 now for the Gators. We'll call it the 38-yard line. Trip receivers to the far side. It'll be Cannon, Pleasant, and Davis. Holmes, the sole receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with Stevens. Brown in the shotgun, Yarborough to his right. Back to pass, 3-step drop, looks downfield, fires over the middle, and he's got Cannon wide open at the 15-yard line. And the Gators will make it into the red zone with 9 minutes left here, second quarter.
They're going to have to make some adjustments with their defensive backs. These guys got to have, especially that high safety, he's got to be looking for that post pattern coming right down. And that's all they ran, and he's got to have his head on a swivel so he can pick that up. He's got to be looking left and right if you're playing one high safety.
1st and 10 for the Gators at the Cleveland 15-yard line. Trip receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. Yarborough now be lined up over the left guard. Brown back to pass, looking out to his right, rolls to his left, throws it in the flats, and Yarborough's going to catch it, but he'll be brought down near immediately. May have lost a couple of yards on the play, and I believe that's going to be Javon Washington. Oh, excuse me, can't see for sure if that was Javon Washington on the tackle or not. So, I believe that was going to be listed as a running back, but I guess you're allowed to play both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. AB plays both sides of the ball, so why shouldn't he?
So the Gators now 2nd and, let's call it 12.
Now, trip to the side, they got to watch that backside because this is what they like. They like that one-on-one situation back there. And Cam Pleasant, they got to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, and certainly Cannon, he likes working from that slot. He was a big part of that film that was watched last week. Brown back to pass, looks out to his right, throws over the middle, and it's going to be caught in the end zone by Keon Holmes on the 17-yard touchdown pass. Gators take a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, again, all it was a post. He got behind him, and that was just an easy pitch and catch. So Cobras have got to make some adjustments back here.
So Brown to Holmes for the 17-yard touchdown pass. Gives the Gators a 20-0 lead. Gators will go for 2 on this. As the sun seems to be coming out a little bit. Weather breaking here again. We had some weather issues back toward home when we were on our way out here. That seems to have cleared up as well. As now they'll go with the pistol formation. They're going to send Yarborough to line up behind the right tackle. And Javon Daniels. Pass over the middle was intended for Pleasant, going to be incomplete. And the score will remain 20-0, 7-11 left here, second quarter. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
7-11 left here, second quarter. Gators with a 20-0 lead. Gators extend their lead on a 17-yard touchdown pass from Brown to Holmes. Cobras looking to get something going here before the half.
There will be some halftime adjustments on there. They're talking to the whole defense over there now. They got them going. But, again, they're not getting much pressure because that line just steps inside, and they're very large individuals up front. But the DBs have got to communicate between them corners and them safeties. And, unless they're running man-to-man, but they've got to be able to, if that's the case, they got to do a better job.
Bryant with the kicking duties for the Gators. They'll get this one. It'll be a short kick right around the 40-yard line, going to be fielded and picked up, brought out to the far side, going to take a hit and brought down inside the 45, maybe at the 44-yard line. So the Cobras will take over 1st and 10, 7:04 left here, second quarter, trailing by a score of 20-0. They're going to place this ball right around the 43-yard line, so first down for Cleveland as Slap Thompson will come out, try to put something together. Emmett Calhoun now making his way to the field for the Cobras as well. So we'll see if Cleveland maybe goes back to the run game a little bit. Well, it looked like they were having some success with that, even just chipping away at it.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose right now. You're down by 20. You're 7 minutes. Run the ball, and you know what? Here's the other thing: run the ball, get something established. At least keep the ball out of their hands as well.
So trip receivers to the near side now. Calhoun to the left of Thompson. 1st and 10 for the Cobras, 43-yard line. Quick pass out to the near side and a good block as it'll be brought out past the 45, inside the 40, down to the 43-yard line. Andre Daniels on the reception. It'll put them on the Gator side of the field. 1st and 10, 6:48 left here, second quarter.
That's what they need to do. Let's just do some safe stuff. Okay, they probably thought we're going to run, but when you get that bubble screen like that with the receiver one-on-one and we had a good block out there, do what we got to do here. But again, now let's just keep chipping away. Don't get greedy and try to get stuff deep.
Bako to be the receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with Barber. Thompson in the shotgun, Calhoun to his right. 3 receivers to the far side, 1st and 10. Quick pass over the middle, and it's going to head into the ankles of Baycoat. And it'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10 now for Cleveland.
Yeah, he had him, but Thompson had a little bit of heat laying on him, and that would have been number 16, big boy. And unfortunately, if he'd have got it up a little bit higher, I think he would have completed that.
Devin Bland causing some chaos in the backfield for the Gators. 5:58 here as the clock continues to run. Michigan with a 20-0 lead over Cleveland. It'll be Matt Wise now, the receiver to the far side, as well as D'Angelo Thompson. Emma Calhoun to the right of Thompson. Daniels and Baycoat, the twin receivers to the near side. 2nd and 10. They'll send Daniels in motion. They'll hand it off to Andre Daniels. He'll come back up the middle, past the 30, past the 25, and brought down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. And the Cobras, 1st and 10 in the red zone. And, Coach, we talked about going back to the run game. There it is.
And that was a counter, and that's exactly what they needed to do. It was a little bit of a delay counter, and he took it back to the backside.
And Michigan going to take a timeout here with 5:17 left here in the second quarter. We will step aside for a 30-second timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
.517 left here, second quarter. Cobras on the march. Really, probably their best drive of the afternoon here.
Absolutely.
2 turnovers so far for the Cobras. They look to find the end zone before halftime. And if you're Coach Adam Rogerson, you got to be happy to see them on the move here. Again, non-league portion of the season here, but You want to see those successes. You want to see the improvements even during the game.
Well, and again, what have they done? They've run the ball well. Obviously, they're getting upfield. We're able to hit it up underneath. So we got to continue to do it. Again, you don't want to get rid of the pass, but right now your counters, anything of that effect, because once they get upfield, then you have a better chance of getting some yardage, and that's what they've been doing.
Knight and Wise, the twin receivers to the far side. Calhoun to the right of Thompson in the shotgun. Baycoat, the receiver, to the outside. On the near side, Calhoun with the carry. He'll be brought down. Correction, that's going to be Thompson that's going to pull it, and he'll bring it down to the 5-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Cleveland Cobras, and the run game now opening up for Cleveland.
Again, misdirection, something that, zone read, he read that in, crashing down. He yanked it. He had me.
Back to the side, right back to the line of scrimmage is Thompson with Calhoun to his right. Going to throw this one into the corner of the end zone, looking for Matt Wise, and he overthrew him just by a little bit. A flag's going to come out. But who's this going to be against? Was it a push-off by the offense, or was this going to be pass interference by the defense? And they're going to say it's against the Gators. Really no harm, no foul on that one. But it'll be 1st and goal, again, for the Cleveland Cobras. Thompson bringing him right back to the line, trying to go up-tempo.
They threw that ball. They were trying to just catch him. That's all, Jim. And I'll tell you what, that doesn't hurt. Throw it safe, one-on-one. He threw it outside and high where only his receiver can get it.
So that'll be half the distance. That'll bring him just about the 2.5-yard line. 4:45 left here, second quarter. Cobras trail by a score of 20-0. As Knight and Wise will be the receivers to the far side. It'll be Thompson and Baycoat to the near side. Calhoun will remain a running back to the right of Thompson. Dave Thompson going to walk around, kind of check things out. A little bit of housekeeping. As the Cobras knocking on the door. They look to get into the end zone for the first time here in 2024. Movement up front here, and it's going to be a false start against the Cobras.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something, Jim. Up on top, they had a guy to come across the line. I know this left tackle jumped.
And, yeah, they're going to agree with you, Coach, because the official on our side threw the flag to the offensive side, and then apparently he's going to be corrected. So half the distance there. Again, that'll put them right about the 1 3/4 mark. And as the officials now going to congregate there at midfield, talk this one over. And it's going to go one way or the other here, yes. Coach. It's not an offsetting type thing.
No, but I believe the defense came across, so that should be half the distance to the goal.
That would put them at about the 1 3/4 yard line.
But that's when you get under center and push.
As the officials trying to come to a consensus on what the flag actually was.
We need Big Dave out there. Procedure.
So false start against Cleveland. All right, so we're going to go back and forth a little bit. So the Cobras still in a good situation here. Be 1st and goal, ball at the 7-yard line. 4:18 left here, second quarter. 4 wide receiver set again. Emma Calhoun will remain a running back to the left of Thompson in the shotgun. Baycoat and D'Angelo Thompson, the receivers to the near side. Knight and Wise to the right side. Talk about Matt Wise. Had some big catches in 2023 here. Had a real breakout season for the Cobras. As Emma Calhoun now moved to the right of Thompson. Thompson rolling out to his right, fires over the middle. Was looking for Wise again. Couldn't get his feet set, threw it over his head. It'll be 2nd and goal now for the Cobras.
You're right, Jim. He was drifting. If he would have just taken a step back, wide open on the slant, set your feet, throw the ball, then that's exactly what happens. Never fails. As you drift, if you keep drifting, you're never going to get a ball that's going to be right there. He's got to drift a little bit, stop, plant his feet, and get it to him.
I talk about Matt Wise and some of the big catches he had last year. A deep ball threat for the Cobras. Trying to get him involved here on what will be a 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. 3:50 left here, second quarter. Gators up by a score of 20-0. 4 wide receiver set again. Calhoun again to the right of Thompson. Dave Thompson taking his time. D'Angelo Thompson trying to point some things out as well. Calhoun now moved from the right side to the left side. Up slap Thompson. Thompson firing into the corner of the end zone. there's going to be some contact, but that's going to be uncatchable. It's going to bring up third down now for the Cobras with 3:24 left here in this second quarter.
I probably would have run the ball, get a little bit closer. We got a timeout on the field.
Yep, the Cobras are going to take a timeout. We'll step aside for a quick 30-second break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're right back after this.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Cleveland takes their second time out of the first half here. 3:24 left, second quarter. The Michigan Gators with a 20-0 lead. Cleveland with a 3rd and goal, ball at the Gators 7-yard line. And Coach, the running game really helped out there. You know, again, when you have to kind of guess, you know, it makes it a little easier for that offense to move.
Well, the other thing is you're running the ball, and they've been very successful with it. Why not continue to run it until they stop you? They've done a great job, but, you know, again, 3 passes.
Baycoat and D'Angelo Thompson to the near side. Baycoat apparently lost some hardware from his helmet as they'll hand this one off to Emmett Calhoun, and he'll get inside the 5 and fight his way down near the, we'll call it the 2-yard line according to Dave. And Tyree Knight went to run towards the sidelines to change his mind, came back, so it's going to be 4th and goal. Calhoun, he saw that hole there, Coach, and it looked like it was open for a second there, but closed very quickly.
But again, on 3rd down, I mean, great run. So now you've got 4th and short, but, you know, what do you call? Do you run a delay? Do you run a counter? See, I think they're susceptible to counters.
Now we're going to take a look at Keyshawn Baycoat. He'll be one-on-one to the near side with Deontay Barber. It's Thompson now in the shotgun. Calhoun to his right, 2:30 left here, second quarter. Man in motion. They'll roll it out to the right, pitch it out to Calhoun. Calhoun will cut back in. It'll be brought down. It'll be a turnover on downs at the 6-yard line. And it's going to be brought down by J.T. Terry from the Michigan Gators.
Yeah, he ran an option. Unfortunately, he ran it to the wrong side. You got to run that. I would run weak side option because you got everybody leaning because your strength was to the right, defensive left, so they overloaded left.
So 2:21 left here in the second quarter. Michigan Gators will take over 1st and 10. I believe we're going to call it maybe right around the 7 or 8 yard line. Hard to tell. Michigan with a 20-0 lead. As the Cobras defense will make their way back to the field. Cleveland with their best opportunity to get in the end zone so far here in game 1 of their non-league portion of the season. Cobras will be back next week as they head to Detroit to take on the Ravens. So 1st and 10 now for Michigan. Ball on the 7-yard line. 3 receivers, 2 in the near side. Terrell Lively, safety to the near side. Brown in an empty backfield now, going to roll out to his left, fire down the sideline. Has Pleasant open, it's going to be cut. And he'll be run into the Cleveland bench. That'll be a 1st down for the Gators as the clock will continue to run here as we approach the 2-minute mark of the first half.
They ran motion to the left. The DB has got to get over there faster, and he was jogging, so he just looped around him and was able to complete the pass.
So 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Make that to 27 for the Gators. 1:44 left here in this first half. Trip receivers to the near side. Brown in the shotgun, one running back to his left. Single receiver to the far side for the Gators. Brown, quick pass out to the far side. It's going to be dropped. And waited for a second to see if that was going to be a backwards pass, but intended for Mike Davis. He couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, we can't hear whistles, and I didn't see a signal, so apparently they blew the whistle and killed it. We just didn't have the angle up here. It would have been good, but
1:26 left here. Second quarter, Gators with a 20-0 lead. Cleveland threatening in the red zone, but couldn't find pay dirt. So 2nd and 10 now for the Gators.
27-yard line.
3 receivers to the near side. Actually go to tight end to the right this time, as Brown will be in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Brown back to pass, fires, and it's going to be thrown short. Pass intended for Cannon, but it's going to head into the Cobras bench, and I'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Gators. 1:21 left here in this first half.
I think if he would have led him like he wanted to, that could have been dangerous because the DB was right there. So he threw behind, and that probably was safe on his part. Otherwise, it could have been picked.
So the Gators trying to find points one more time before the end of the half here. Cleveland trying to stay within striking distance as they have found the run game here late second quarter.
Now, if they just got to, right now, you got 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. Put some heat on them. DBs, they got to be ready for this. Get out of here, hold them with 3 and out, punt, and possibly have enough time to get something.
Brown in a shotgun, one running back to his right, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, fires out to the Gators sideline, going to overthrow Mike Davis into the Gators bench. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Gators, and we'll see if they punt for the first time today, as it looks like they're going to start to change personnel.
Yep. So that was a good job by Cleveland. Again, stay with your guy, make him make that long throw. That would have had to be a perfect throw and to dump it down because he was throwing across field to the side, to the boundary of our side, and there was just no way.
So timeout taken by Michigan. 1:14 left here in the second quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
1:14 left here in this first half. 4th and 10 for the Gators. And Wesley Bryant coming in for the punting duties. One returner back for the Cobras.
Bryant back in punt formation for Gators.
Bryant waiting for the snap. Good snap for the Cobras. There's going to be a problem with it. He couldn't get it away, and it's going to be brought down in the backfield. Cleveland will have the ball. 1st and 10, right around the 23-yard line with 1:07 left, Coach, and I believe they've got one timeout left.
That's what they needed right there. They absolutely needed that, and that was good pressure from up on top. You had 3 guys right on the punter. If he would have punted that, it would have been blocked. So actually the smartest thing he could have done was try to get something out of it. So that was an outstanding job.
Hard to see why Wesley Bryant couldn't get that away. It was a great snap, came back very fast, but just kind of hesitated.
Well, but the problem lies is he saw 3 guys from up on top were never blocked. They had a straight shot at it. So that was now they got to do something here.
1:07 left here in the half. Cobras with an opportunity to put some points up here before the end of the second quarter. Thompson going to go back to the empty formation. 3 receivers to the near side. Thompson in shotgun. Moving right to left on your devices if you are listening on Live 365 or Tunein. Thompson back to pass. 3-step drop. Steps up in the pocket. Looking downfield. Going to take it himself, and he's going to head out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with just about 58.5 seconds left here to be second down now for the Cobras.
Nothing there.
So, again, Coach, a question, when you go into that empty formation, and when you've had I would consider some success here in the run game.
Yeah, and there's plenty of time. It's just, and they were getting down the field on the run. Again, it's 58 seconds, but you have time to tell everybody, you call 2 in the huddle, get your butts up there.
So Matt Wise will be the receiver to the far side, trip receivers to the near side. It'll be Thompson, Daniels, and I believe that'll be T.J. Johnson in the trips formation. As Thompson now in the shotgun, 58.5 seconds left here in the half. Back to pass. Thompson going to step up in the pocket, look to get it away, but he's going to take a shot, and he's going to go down, brought down by Keon Holmes.
Yeah, they got 6 defensive backs in there. You got 5 receivers, and it's just not getting them open.
So the Cobras going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here with just 44 seconds left here in the first half. And again, Coach, when you go to that empty formation, it just kind of limits your options there and limits the reads that the defense has to make.
Yeah, I mean, all they're doing is they with 6 defensive backs back there, and then they're dropping the linebackers. I mean, you got nowhere to throw the ball. So again, counters, things like that would work for you. But now, again, you got your third down, 44 seconds. You now are 13 yards from a first down. There's not too many options you got there.
44.2 left here in this first half. Cobras trail the Gators by a score of 20-0. And they'll head back up to Michigan next week as they take on the Detroit Ravens. Cobras now with Johnson in the backfield to the right. So twin receivers to each side now. T.J. Johnson to the right, up Thompson in the shotgun. 44 seconds left here in this half. Cobras looking to find the back of the end zone, and we're going to have some movement. It's going to be Baycoat that's going to move, and that's going to cost them 5. And at this point, Coach, I don't know, with the time, not the most horrible thing that could happen, but certainly you don't want to lose that yardage.
Well, right now, I mean, you're going to have to run something safe. I mean, you got 2 downs, but get something safe, maybe run that clock a little bit. You're going backwards.
So 44 seconds left here now. It'll be 3rd and 18 for the Cobras. And I wish I could remember that, but I believe they've exhausted all their timeouts here in the first half. Andre Daniels, the receiver now to the near side. Thompson back to pass, plenty of time. Fires it out to the sideline. It's going to be dropped by the Cobras, which, again, not the worst thing. Dropped by T.J. Johnson, but that'll stop the clock with 35 seconds left.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Now you got 4th down, and you got about 18 yards, I'm thinking. And you don't want to give a cheap one right before the half. 35 seconds, and the way these guys are scoring, got to be very, very careful here. Don't do anything silly. Be safe on your throw where you don't get a pick 6 either.
35.7 seconds left here in this first half. Cobras trailing by a score of 20-0. 4th and 18. Really only one place to go here, Coach, and you're going to have to get inside the 15-yard line for a first down and then hurry up. But Thompson in the shotgun now. Twin receivers to each side. Thompson with the hard count, and we're going to get a flag. It's going to be a delay of game coming up against the Cobras. And certainly maybe some things that we would expect here in a week 1, but I'm sure it can't be making head coach Adam Rogerson very happy.
No, he's not going to be happy.
So Andre Daniels, the outside receiver to our near side. Matt Wise to the far side. Thompson in the shotgun. 35 seconds left here, first half. Johnson to the right of Thompson. Thompson back to pass, going to fire this one down the sideline, looking for Matt Wise, went up and over. Now, and it's going to be incomplete. Matt Wise making a great effort to go up over the defensive back, but it's going to be a turnover on downs with 27 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and they get decent field position. You got 27 seconds. If they play their cards right, they can get down there. Don't know if they have a field goal kicker. Probably not, but still, the way they've been scoring, they've got to be very careful with this deep ball.
We'll see if head coach Wendell Jefferson wants to do something with this with just under 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Gators with a 20-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras as we head closer to halftime here in Madison Heights, Michigan. For us, the 3.5-hour drive. For the Cobras, the 2.5-hour drive. Always like that bus trip, though, once in a while.
Well, what do you think, Jim? We're going to run 99 max, all goes?
And that's what it looks like is Coach Wendell Jefferson going to take a shot at this one. Brown in the shotgun, one running back to his left, 3 receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. And move left to right. 27 seconds left. Cleveland will have to kick off in the second half. Brown back to pass, fires it down the sideline. He's got Pleasant, and it's going to be incomplete. Double coverage there for Pleasant, but almost brought that one in.
99 max. Everybody ran go rounds.
So 18 seconds left in the first half. Clock will stop on the incomplete pass.
I'll tell you what, though, he threw to the outside. If he throws to the center of the field, Gerberry was. He had about 5 yards on the safety, so I'd come back to it. I'd keep doing what you got to do.
So 2nd and 10 ball at the Michigan 36-yard line.
Look left, throw right.
Some bright spots for the Cobras in the first half in their first game of the season, but a lot to be worked out here with some adjustments at halftime. Mike Davis, the near receiver, and the trips formation for Michigan. It'll be McCauley and Fleming, the defensive backs. There's Brown under pressure, and he's going to slip one tackle, make his way upfield near the midfield. He'll make it past the 45 into Cleveland territory and head towards the sideline with 6 seconds left in the first half.
On the carry.
And
1st and 10 for the Gators.
The quarterback showing some wheels there as he gets downfield. Cranston Brown doing a great job reading that. Nothing open. Great job by the secondary for Cleveland, but unfortunately a big gain.
And the other thing, Jim, is he's not a small guy. He got a little bit of thickness to us. I think there's some of the DBs said, nah, we're just not going to stand in front of that.
Took the chance on it.
Nah, we ain't going to take the chance on that train coming at me.
I believe that's what Deion Sanders would call a business decision.
Yeah, yeah. Or a health decision, one of the two.
So 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 35-yard line as we have a brief pause here. Officials doing some housekeeping. Umpire now giving him the signal as Brown now in the shotgun with 3 receivers to the near side. Brown back to pass, looking out to his right, fires down the middle. He's got Cannon open, and he's going to catch it for the Gators touchdown, 35-yard touchdown pass. And that puts the Gators up 26-0 over the Cleveland Cobras.
35-yard touchdown.
And that'll come at the very end of the second quarter. Brown with his 4th touchdown of the day through the air, giving the Gators a 26-0 lead. And so far they haven't kicked anything, so we're going to assume they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, I don't think they have a kicker. And that happens.
So Jose Cannon with the reception for the Gators.
And your quarterback is on the track, laying out. He said, I'm done. That long run about killed me. And like I said, that is a thick man.
Doesn't get paid for that, Coach.
No,
it's not his job.
No. I don't run. I throw the ball and hand off.
Great read by Cranston Brown, though, as they'll line up with a running back to each side of the quarterback. I believe that's going to be J.T. Terry at quarterback. Terry now rolling out to the right, throws out in the corner of the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Some contact down there, no flag. And the score will remain 26-0 as we come to the end of the first half here in Madison Heights, where the Michigan Gators take a 26-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Molucc Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Molucc_live. And remember, our fans come first.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Dave breaking out some new bumper music for us here in Madison Heights, Michigan, as the Cleveland Cobras trail the Michigan Gators by a score of 26-0 here at halftime. Scoring got started early in the first quarter as Cranston Brown would hit Holmes in the end zone for the Gators. That would put them up by a score of 6-0. And then with 1:14 left in the first quarter, it would be Brown again hitting Yarborough out in the flats. He would go 16 yards into the end zone, and the Gators would get the 2-point conversion. That would make it 14-0. Second quarter action. It'd be Brown to Holmes on a 17-yard touchdown pass. That coming with 7:11 left in the second quarter. And then as time expired, Cranston Brown would throw his 4th touchdown of the day as he would hit Jose Cannon on a 35-yard touchdown pass. And again, we were talking a little bit off the air, Coach. Again, not being out physical. I mean, it's not a point of Cleveland not being able to go toe-to-toe or player for player with the Gators. It's been about assignment football, and so far they have struggled. You can tell this is a Week 1 game, but with some adjustments, this is certainly going to be an opportunity for Cleveland to clean some things up in the third and fourth quarter.
And they have to come back in the second half, and they've got to, again, clean it up. They've got to do everything they got to do, and really, other than the defensive backs letting these guys get behind them, they've done a fairly decent job. So it's just, they've got to button it up. Again, yes, first game, yep, they traveled a long way. That sometimes happens. But, you can't blow assignments like they do. I mean, this last score, to go all the way down there, they're going to the end zone. There's 6 seconds to go. Again, defensive coordinators should have had their guys backed up. Why are you playing up? Play them back. They know they got to score. Worst scenario is you stop them and half ends. So they have really got to make some adjustments out there and do what they got to do offensively as well as defensively.
And one of the things that I was really impressed with that they seemed to get away from was the run game.
Yeah.
When they were running the ball, they were picking up some yards, and almost like they were being a little bit too impatient, trying to pick up those big chunks. But certainly when they started handing that ball off, they were having some success.
Absolutely. They were running the ball. Again, I was never a fan of the spread. I ran the eye. Pound them. Pound, pound, pound. If you're going to do a single back,
Goes back to the T formation there, Dave.
Yeah. Well, but again, you have the deep man and a sidecar. That's all it is basically an offset eye with a fullback. But you got to start running some misdirections and some stuff that will slow that defense down.
And certainly when we talk about the run game, that tells me that the offensive line has been doing a good job of getting some movement, opening some holes. And I know on Emmett Calhoun, when they handed that ball off inside the 5, he could smell the end zone, but just couldn't reach it.
Right.
So Cleveland, with an opportunity there, just couldn't convert on it.
Yeah, and that was just too little, too late. I mean, they shot themselves in the foot with the yardage and stuff. So, but they've got to do what they've got to do. Now they've got to settle down. The game can't be out of hand right now. They just got to play their football. I think they need to come back with the run, mix a little throw in there, and just establish and do what you have to do right now.
Yeah, certainly some things to build on for the Cobras here in the first half. Just about 8.5 minutes left here in the halftime. Here we're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll have second half action here from Madison Heights, Michigan. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras on the iMedia One Network. We're back right after this.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge. Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted Par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Listen to Grove City College football all season long right here on Western Reserve Radio. Play action for East with time down the field. Got him in stride. That's Drake. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cameron Drake. Give it to Schools across the 50. 45, 40. He's gone. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wesley Schools. Listen to head coach Andrew DiDonato and the Grove City College Wolverines all year long right here on Western Reserve Radio.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopRex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Miss an episode of By All Means, and you could miss a lot.
I have the sound up, and I appreciate the guys that do the work now. But it is with great appreciation I see what the guys do, not only the announcers, but also the players. So we've had wonderful playoffs. I mean, single, double, triple overtime games. It's been fantastic.
By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio and streaming live on westernreserveradio.com.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Back here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. Second half action coming up here as the Michigan Gators have a 26-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. Coach, keys of the second half here offensively for the Cobras. Again, it's not been an issue of not being able to handle the physicality. It's been assignment football so far.
Yeah, well, first of all, offensively, I say run the football. Run the ball, set up the pass. Everybody now, NFL, all these leagues, they want to throw the ball, and try the run. They've been running the ball quite well. They got to establish the run and stick with it. Regardless if they lose a yard or something, you got to run the ball. Defensively, they just got to do assignment football. And there's where the big problem was. They did not do their assignments in the back, and he's just throwing and having a good time playing pass and catch.
So talk about the offense there. The offensive line is an aspect they were really excited with the Cobras. When they did run the ball, had some success with it. They seemed to be getting some movement there. The offensive line seemed to be gelling very well. There's something to build off of.
Yeah, I mean, and because they run the spread, they're going to run a zone read. When they run a zone read, Thompson almost scored on a good zone read. I actually thought that he got sacked. He read that end. He yanked it at the last time. He took it up the middle and did an outstanding job. I think they have to mix a lot more of that in. I think that they need to do more misdirection. You do misdirection on this team because all they're doing is coming up field, hit it up underneath, a little bit of delays. We have never seen a screen. Screen on this team, I think, would just do real well, too.
Yeah, we've seen those quick passes to the outside where they've had some success. As we head back to the field here, as we get the second half rolling, and the Cobras, unfortunately, will have to kick off here. They lost the ball on an onside kick in that first half. So they lost the possession on that. Michigan did not score after the onside kick, as it looks like it's going to be Dave Thompson kicking off for the Cobras. Sun headed down here, and not a bad kick, as this one's going to be fielded at the 22-yard line, brought up past the 30, 35, 40, out near midfield, down at the 49-yard line. Gators will start off with great field position and a nice return by Tyrell Yarborough. Yarborough, the running back for the Michigan Gators, puts them near midfield.
Yeah, now defensively, they just got to be smart in the back. Hopefully coaches made some adjustments, and we'll see what happens.
So 1st and 10 for the Michigan Gators, ball at their own 49-yard line, 14:53 left here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network, I want to thank Jeff Beck and 12-Ounce Sports and Brian Snow and Snowman Multimedia for joining us today as well. As we bring you Cleveland Cobras football here. We've been covering the Cobras since 2016 with 2 years off. That COVID year got us all there. The Gators now will come out with twin receivers to the far side. Pleasant and Cannon will be the twin receivers to the near side. Brown in the shotgun, one running back to his left. Brown waiting for the snap. They'll hand it off. They'll break it out to the left side and be brought down on the other side of the 50-yard line at the 49. And he's going to be brought down by Frank Jackson.
And he was playing backside, and he ran down the line to get that. That's a great job. But the end on this side, or whatever they're running here, he has got to get nosy on the inside because all they're doing is getting his outside, walling him down, and that's why he was able to bounce to the outside. So they have got to stay on those ends. They've got to stay to the outside shoulder, squeeze it, and so they cut that lane off so they don't bounce it outside.
So Perry and Holmes now twin receivers to the far side for the Gators. Cannon and Pleasant to the near side. Empty formation now as Brown will be in a shotgun. Cobras with a three-man front. And we're going to have a whistle flag. It's going to be a delay of game coming up against the Gators. So it'll be 2nd and 12 now. They'll move back to the other side of the 50-yard line. They'll mark this at the 48, just about. Actually, probably should be the 47 if you do the math right. But, again, hard to tell. We don't have the individual yard markers. So.
Yeah.
So Brown now in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the far side. They'll have a tight end to the left, actually. He'll be down on a 3-point. Brown in the shotgun. Waiting for the snap. Back to pass. Looking downfield. Fires over the middle. It's going to be caught by Cannon. And he's going to be brought down. Initial contact was right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Michigan Gators. A great read And I believe that's going to be Todd Mitchell on the tackle for the Cleveland Cobras.
Yeah, that was a great job. I'll tell you what, that was he did a heck of a job. He saw it coming, he's a linebacker, and he played that absolutely perfect. He then saw the seam, saw the pass, went in there and got him. Oh, we got a flag.
Yeah, didn't see what the flag was there. Missed that. We do apologize, but the ball now going to be marked back. We'll call it the 36-yard line, maybe the 37.
That was a 15-yarder or so.
So it's going to be second and an eternity. They'll have to get the ball to the 40-yard line on the Cleveland side of the field for a first down. 13-17 left here, third quarter. Gators with a 26-0 lead.
Now, that defensive line and them linebackers got to get the drop and be smart. That front, and now they're only rushing 3.
Yeah, Andy Code going to nose now with the 3-man front. 3 receivers to the far side. They also have a wing to the right side. Brown back to pass. Got a wide open area to the near side. He'll go out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line.
Well, I could see what their adjustment is, Jim. All they're doing is just rushing 3 and dropping the rest. The only problem that you have with that is they have got to stay in their lanes. So when you have 6 offensive linemen or 5, and you only have 3 rushing, you get a lot of doubles on there. So they're going to make sure that the side that the quarterback needs, they're going to be able to give him good protection on that.
12:22 left here, third quarter. Gators we'll call it 3rd and 16. After the 15-yard personal foul, trip receivers to the far side. They'll add Keon Holmes in on this one. Brown in the shotgun. One running back to his left. Read options, throw it down the near sideline. Tried to throw it to Pleasant. Looked like he wasn't expecting it. Had to come back to it, but that's going to bring up 4th down for the Gators, and I got to assume, being this close to midfield, they're probably not going to punt it.
4th down. 14.
Well, if you're up 26-0, Coach, I don't know.
I would personally, I'd punt it and pin them. Let's do field position here. That's what I would do that.
So they'll come out trip receivers to the far side. I believe that's going to be DeMonte Maddox back at the quarterback position. And it looks like Michigan is going to take a timeout with 11:52 left here, third quarter. So we will step aside for a 30-second break. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. $11:52 left here, third quarter. Michigan takes a timeout here on 4th down. See if they want to punt this one away, but it looks like Brown's going to be back in on the offense. He'll have DeMonte Maddox to his left. See if they don't want to pooch kick this one. Cleveland now having to make a decision on whether they're going to send a returner back or not. Brown now waiting for the snap. And we're going to have some movement up front, and that'll kill the play. It's going to be the right tackle for the Cleveland Cobras. Jumping offside, and unfortunately, we apologize, don't have a number on them. I'm sure he's not heartbroken about that. The only time you get any kind of recognition there is when you do something like that.
Yeah, you still got 4th and 10. Now let's just settle down. And here's the thing. He's standing up, so look at the ball. Don't listen to the quarterback. They make them linemen look silly.
So 3-man front with Andy Code at the nose. 4th and 10 now after the penalty. Hunter in an empty formation. Back to pass. Looking downfield. Has some time under pressure. He's going to slip one tackle. Code missed him as well. And he's going to go down. Didn't get touched. And now he'll be brought down to the 35-yard line. Looked like he slipped a little bit. Andy Code will get credit for the tackle. But Cranston Brown doing a good job of evading some tackles. Cobras finally showing some pressure defensively up front.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the best part. That was 4th down. So now they get good field position. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
We've said that for years, Coach.
Yeah, some of you guys. Yeah, you would have said that.
So we'll see if the Cobras go back to the run game here. 11:42 left here in the third quarter. Cobras trying to put something together, get in the end zone for their first score of 2024. And again, a lot of correctable errors here for Cleveland. A lot of good things we've seen here. They are physical. They're flying around. But, again, it's assignment football at this point.
Well, so far everything's good. Now, offensively, I'm going to come out, and I've been successful running the ball. I'm going to continue to run the ball. I'm going to do what I have to do. That's all. See what I got. Here we go. We got the sidecar. I like this.
So D'Angelo Thompson will be the receiver to the far side. 2 running backs will be one to the left and right of Thompson. That's going to be TJ Johnson as well as Dominic Martucci. Andre Daniels, the receiver to the near side. He'll hand it off up the middle. It'll be Johnson on the run. He'll make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Cobras.
If you're going to do that, you're going to have to crossfire, send one at, do a little bit of misdirection out of that. They're coming upfield hard, and unfortunately, he ran right into the guy. So, yeah, I think you got to run a little bit of misdirection, maybe boot him out, do what we got to do with that. Straight dives up against these big guys. Again, it's you got to do what you got to do, but I'm always been that way.
2nd and 10 now for the Cobras. Ball at the Gators' 35-yard line. 11:06 left here, third quarter. Andre Daniels, the receiver to the near side. D'Angelo Thompson to the far side. TJ Johnson on the left hip of Slap Thompson. Martucci to the right in the backfield. As the Gators start to crowd the box. Thompson waiting for the snap. He'll give it to Martucci. Martucci looking for room off the left side, and he's going to be tripped up and brought down. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Cobras.
And here's the thing. If you're going to run the ball, you got to stay with your blockers. That's just all that was is I believe that's a one-tech. We should be able to handle this young man coming off that line. We got to buckle down up front now.
Antoine Wilson on the tackle for the Gators. Martucci getting back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 now for the Cobras. 10:15 left here, third quarter. Cobras trail by a score of 26-0. So Andre Daniels, the receiver to the far side now. D'Angelo Thompson will flip, and he'll be the receiver to the near side. Martucci and Johnson in the backfield with Dave Thompson. Everybody will go to the wrist coach here. They'll make some changes. And TJ Johnson going to check a little bit harder as he'll be now in the twin receiver set to the near side. Thompson back to pass under pressure, going to roll out. He's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down for the Cobras. And it looked like there may be too many adjustments made there at the line, Coach. It looked like there was a couple of assignments missed.
Well, that's the second time, 2 plays in a row where 99 Antoine Wilson got right in there. So he just blew straight off the line. I talked about this before the game, how big and strong and fast they are. And unfortunately, they're not picking him up, and he's flying off that line. They have got to cut him down.
So 4th down for the Cobras, 9:06 left here, third quarter. Joe Barrico coming on to do the punting duties. He's punted once today. Had a little bit of pressure there. High snap, actually, and we had to go up for it. We'll see if we'll get a better punt off this time as he will line up right around his own 40-yard line. Looks like you have Mike Marshall back there as the protector. So J.T. Perry back to return for the Gators, who posts up right around his own 14-yard line. Plenty of time here. Barrico get this punt off. It'll roll. It'll take a Cobra roll right down to the 15-yard line where it'll die in the natural grass, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators with 8:23 left here, third quarter.
Yeah, that was a good job. Just putting the ball. They're not coming across, so defense just stands there. So plenty of time to get a punt off and angle it out there. So now defensively, let's see how they have adjusted.
And certainly the 3-man front doing a decent job there, again, especially with the last part of that possession for Michigan, where Brown went down on 4th down.
Well, if you got a key to that is you three men have got to get in there and try to disrupt. You can't give them all day because now you're putting an extra man in the defensive back. So you've got to think of what you're doing here and protect. But you got to do your jobs, which hasn't been done yet. In that first series, he was looking to throw, so he did a good job as far as that goes. But they've got to tighten it up now.
So 1st and 10 for Michigan, ball at their own 15-yard line. 8:23 left here, third quarter. Gators with a 26-0 lead. Cranston Brown with 4 touchdown passes here on the afternoon. They'll go to a 4 wide receiver set to the near side, and they'll send Holmes in motion to the far side.
And they've changed the defense. They're going to a 3-3.
Brown actually looking like he had to check over some things as well with the wrist coach. He'll have a fullback to his left. Brown now rolling out to the near side, fires out into the flats. That'll be complete. Caught by Pleasant, and he'll be just short of the 35-yard line. So Cam Pleasant on the reception, and it'll be a first down for the Michigan Gators.
Yeah, I did a nice job. I think he expected it to be right on the target. He had to lean back and get it, and he got it and still was able, after the catch, do a couple yards. So that's a great job by him. These ends got to stay to the outside. They are letting him roll outside, and they're sealing that edge, giving him plenty of time. The ends have got to start coming up field and squeezing. Don't get caught inside.
So 8 minutes left here, third quarter. Already down to 7:40. Clock will continue to run, as it'll be the Gators ball, 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Single receiver to the far side. Now they'll send that to Monte Maddox, as well as Marcus Perry. Brown actually now with the wing to the right. And Pleasant will be one-on-one with Kev Fortson. Back to pass is Brown. Under pressure, going to slip a couple tackles, try to get to the outside. Looking for an option, he'll head to the sideline. It'll be caught by Pleasant at the 40. The Cobras are saying he was out of bounds, but if the play stands, he'll be on the other side of the 50 down, right around the 46-yard line.
Actually, he was not out of bounds. I watched his feet. As soon as he started rolling there and I saw him pull away, as he jumped up, he made the pass, and the pass was out of his hands and then got out of bounds. So that's a heads-up play by both quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, Brown creating some time with his legs. Gets that out to Cam Pleasant, and they'll get a first down in Cobra territory. Will mark the ball at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Michigan. 6:31 left here, third quarter. Gators already with a 26-0 lead. Cobras making changes defensively as they go to a 3-man front. Twin receivers to the far side. Now single receiver to the near side. Brown in the shotgun. They'll hand this one off straight up the middle and bring this ball out to the 41-yard line, carried by Maddox. And I believe he was going to be brought down by Todd Mitchell. So 5:49 left here, third quarter. Gators with their second possession here of the second half. Turnover on downs on the first one as they'll go twin receivers to the far side. And a single receiver to the near side. Again, it'll be Pleasant, as well as Kev Fortson, one-on-one. Brown now with the handoff to Maddox again, trying to get to the outside. Has a little bit of room to run, get past the 40 and down near the 36-yard line. He's going to be brought down by Mark Marshall. So 3rd and short now for Michigan. 5:08 left here, third quarter. And the Gators on the drive.
And they're starting to mix it up a little bit, too, with more run and pass because they want to keep that clock running.
Twin receivers to the far side. Now Cannon actually going to be lined up as a tight end to the right side. Again, the Cobras changed from a 4-man front to a 3-man front. Trying to show some pressure up front as Brown waits for the snap. Back to pass, fires over the middle, and it's going to be caught. And a big shot. Given right at midfield. That's going to be Holmes on the reception. And Brandon Fleming on the hit. I don't know who took the worst of that one, Coach.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. He threw that slant, and he was able to get it, and it was a big collision, but he got up.
So 1st and 10 now for Michigan at the Cleveland 24-yard line. 4:09 left here, third quarter. Twin receivers of the far side. Pleasant against the single receiver to the bottom of your screen, or closer to us if you're listening in on the Live 365 app. Hand off to Yarborough off the right side, and he's going to get out past the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Actually, I'm going to say he got all the way down maybe to the 17. That'll bring up 2nd and short for the Gators.
When we went down stairs at halftime, and he was standing by the rail, and that's one chiseled human being. I mean, he's got a decent set of arms and legs, and so he's definitely in shape, and I'd run that horse. I'd run him till his legs fell off right now, because I'll tell you what, good looking back, very good looking back.
3:16 here as the clock continues to run. Michigan, 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 18-yard line. High snap, going to hit the ground. Picked up by Brown. He's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down near the 30-yard line. Mishandled snap will help the Cleveland Cobras out here. It'll be 3rd and long now for Michigan.
Yeah, and he was going to run the ball again. When that thing popped out of the quarterback's hands, he was like, oh, boy. And he tried to readjust his pattern to the line, but with no avail.
The snap looked like it was a little bit high, but not something that probably he couldn't handle.
Right.
But went right through his hands there to the benefit of the Cobras.
So what you're saying is you don't want to blame the center for that one. Is that what it
Never.
is?
If it's anywhere in the middle of the field, you should catch that.
Spoken like a true center, didn't you?
They'll call it 3rd and 16. Ball now at the Cleveland 30-yard line. Twin receivers to each side. As we will see Devin Clark now move to the tight end on the right side for Michigan. Again, 3-man front for Cleveland. Brown now in an empty backfield. Back to pass. Under a little bit of pressure. Going to fire. Got a flag. And it's going to be caught at the 4-yard line. He'll roll into the end zone. That'll be Yarborough on the reception. 30-yard touchdown, but a flag on the play. And it's going to be a holding coming up against Michigan. Saw some pressure coming through the line, Coach. And the referee caught him with maybe getting just too much jersey.
Yeah, 71 said, no, you're not getting past me. They aren't going to see me and notice. And he dragged him down. And it was right in front of the line officials. So that was an easy call by the refs.
And judging by his body language, he looks guilty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't me, but, yeah, you got me.
Yeah, you got to try a little harder to at least look like you didn't do it.
You keep them hands a little bit tight. Come on, you were a center. You keep them hands nice and tight inside. Then that way they don't know that you're holding the heck out of them.
Yeah, sometimes. You become an expert at it, depending on how big the guy across from you is. So 1:25 left here, third quarter. Clock continues to run. Gators with a 26-0 lead. 3 receivers to the near side. Brown now in a shotgun. 1 running back to his right. That'll be Yarborough. Yarborough with that big catch just a moment ago. Wiped out by the penalty. They'll send Yarborough to a wing on the left side. Brown now. Quick pass. Out to Pleasant. Pleasant's going to drop it at the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and long for the Gators. And the Gators got a little case of the drops here. And do they call that Gator arms when you shorten them up? Okay.
Yeah. Gator arms. You shorten them things up a little bit. Absolutely. Gator got a gator.
Some of these catches that we have seen drop by Michigan really could have resulted in big plays.
And that was one of them right there because he caught him on the dead run on that slant. But I think he said, I'm scoring on this, but you got to catch the ball first before you run. And there's where the problem. He probably took a little peek upfield and took his eye off of it.
So 4th and 26 as we head to the last 30 seconds of the third quarter. Brown in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side. Pump fake. Sends it down the sideline. And it's going to be knocked away.
Wow.
And I believe that's going to be Terrell Lively on the coverage. And that's going to be a turnover on downs and a big play by Lively when they needed it.
Wow, and he was open, and he closed the gap on that, got a fingertip on it, knocked it away. Outstanding defensive job. Now, again, they look a lot better here. This is what they needed to do.
And you wonder what the adjustments were going to be at halftime. And so far, so good for the Cobras. And they've kept the Gators out of the end zone.
And I just want to say, Burrell on this side, the running back, was wide open. Wow, was he open. He had that DB by about at least 15 yards, and he looked up on top.
So a smart play by Lively. Again, not going for the interception. He would have had the ball back there, but now 1st and 10 now for the Cobras at their own 40-yard line. 19 seconds left here, third quarter. Thompson in the shotgun. Johnson to his left. And I believe that's going to be Martucci to his right. A little hard to see through this glass here, Coach. I'm having some trouble with some numbers. Thompson with the handoff to Martucci. Actually going to pull it. Pump fake. And then he's going to take it himself, and he's going to head towards midfield and be brought down at the 49-yard line on the Gator side of the field. Should be enough for a first down for the Cobras. Actually, they're going to spot the ball back just a little bit. And the head linesman is going to say, move the sticks. It is a first down for the Cobras. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter here in Madison Heights, Michigan. We're going to step aside for a break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Probably.
Fourth quarter coming up here as the Cobras trying to find their way into the end zone for their first score of 2024. They trail the Michigan Gators by a score of 26-0. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler. Producer extraordinaire, Dave Ferris, making the trip. Drove us up here, too.
I'm telling you, what a chauffeur.
I've always, I always tell her, if you can get a Dave Ferris, get one. If we could sell them on Amazon, we're going to sell them on Amazon.
I've tried to order one. I can't. It's just I don't know where to look.
Trying to get 2-day delivery on your own Dave Ferris. So 1st and 10 now, ball at the Cobra 49-yard. Actually, they're going to place it right at midfield as Dave Thompson now going to direct some traffic. He's going to send a receiver to this far, but I believe it's going to be D'Angelo Thompson. Trip receivers now to the near side. Empty backfield as Thompson going to step up, has room to run. Actually going to step back on a flag on the play, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. And I believe we got a holding call coming up against the Cleveland Cobras. Thompson went down. No flag on that. He thought he was hit late, but we have a hold coming up against the Cobras. That will put him back 10. And I believe they're going to blame DeAndre Carr for this one as well.
Well, here's the problem. These guys, as we said in pregame, these guys are big, strong, and fast up front. Okay, they don't have they got decent size, don't get me wrong, but they're not as big as their offensive linemen. But they're quick coming off. You've got to make adjustments as an offensive lineman to move your feet, and that's the problem. The Cobras look like their feet are in cement, and these guys, and then what they're trying to do is turn their bodies instead of shuffling their feet. They know what's going on. They know where the quarterback drop is, and they got to do a better job keeping the guy in front of them. Extend them arms. Get into them.
14:33 left here in this game. Cobras, after the penalty, 1st and 20 at their own 39-yard line. Back to the empty backfield for Dave Thompson. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Moving right to left on your devices. Thompson, good snap. Going to step back, steps up in a pocket, has room to run, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Ball's going to come loose, but recovered by the Cobras. It'll be picked up near the original line of scrimmage. I don't think they're going to give him credit for the fumble recovery, Coach, because I think it has to be recovered by the person who fumbled it to get that.
Well, the VAR officials calling it down on the field.
And there you go. It's going to be 2nd down now. We'll call it the 43-yard line, maybe the 44.
Well, I'll tell you what, Anton Wilson looks like he is shot out of a cannon again. That left guard or left tackle, whoever's supposed to get him, or depending on the alignment, they have got to get to him.
Matt Wise and Andre Daniels, the twin receivers to the far side, 3 receivers to the near side. Thompson in the shotgun. Second down and 16 for the Cobras. Thompson working some, and we're going to have some movement.
That should be defense.
As
No. They're saying illegal procedure.
Yep, they're going to say offside against the Cobras, and they were trying to argue that one, but I believe they're going to assess that one against Jonathan Rorlick.
Defensive guy came across, tried to get back. Offensive guy got. Should have been called on the defense. That's the rule.
So 2nd and 21 now. Ball back at the 38-yard line. Cleveland would actually have to get to the 40-yard line on the Michigan side of the field for a first down. As T.J. Johnson now will be to the right of Slap Thompson. Twin receivers to each side. 12:41 left here in this game. Thompson with the snap. He'll roll out to the far side, fire into the flats, and it's going to go over the head of Matt Wise into the sideline, and it'll bring up 3rd down for Cleveland. Again, Coach, you can't get your feet there. You can tell, that ball's sailing high.
Yeah.
He's got to get those hips around, get the feet set to get a good pass out to Matt Wise, who was in the flats and looked like he had a little bit of room to work.
Yeah, he did, and he just, you know what? I'm assuming after him running for his life a few times, he just got a little, again, happy feet. Instead of getting him set, get them shoulders squared up and rifling it, he's not. He's rolling, and it just that throws the pass off every time.
So Johnson now remained in the backfield to the right of Dave Thompson. 3 receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Thompson waiting for the snap. Quick pass out to Baycoat. Baycoat now going to make his way out near midfield. He'll make it to the other side of the 50, down to the 48-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down for the Cobras. You're down 26-0 at this point, Coach. You got 11:52 left. Take a shot at it?
Oh, yeah, I'm going. Absolutely. You got nothing to lose right now.
And the Cobras will head back into a huddle. So 4th down and 8. Yeah, maybe 9, depending on what angle you're sitting at up here in the press box.
Exactly.
They'll call it 4th and 8 on the scoreboard. That's what we'll call it. Ball at the Michigan 48-yard line. Keyshawn Baycoat with a great catch and run. Got some blocks up front from his fellow receivers. Andre Daniels will be the receiver to the near side now. Trip receivers to the far side. Johnson to the left of Thompson in the shotgun. 11:13 on a running clock. And Cleveland will take a timeout with 11:11 left here in the 4th quarter. So we will step aside for a 30-second timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
11:11 left here in this 4th quarter, coming out of the Cleveland timeout. As Dave opened my mic up too soon.
Blame it on Dave.
4th and 8 for the Cobras here, because Coach says nothing to lose here. Down 26-0. And it looks like Barrico actually going to go back into punt formation. We'll see if they can pin him back. Low snap, picked up by Barrico. He's going to have to run this one. He tried to kick it away. And it's going to be picked up by Cleveland. Out past the 50, he'll be knocked out of bounds. An odd sequence of events on a punt. And Herod picked up the ball, and he was going to be knocked out of bounds by Holmes from Michigan. And it'll be Gators ball, 1st and 10. We'll believe it's going to be the 48-yard line of the Gators. And, again, just a bad snap there, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's – and then it looked like he was going to run, and then people were on him and he tried punting the ball. You either run or you punt it. You can't make that decision. You got to do it quick because they're coming to get you.
Yeah, I think certainly Barrico would probably be reconsidering that decision right about now.
Yeah, well, the snap's got to be there, and you can't blame that young man because you got to get a snap there.
Well, sometimes, Coach, that just doesn't work out.
That's what I figured. There we go. The center is now making sure that he's covering the center. I see what you got.
Sometimes those things just happen.
Like snapping over heads into the end zone.
Sometimes just happens.
Yeah.
That's right.
We talk about that weekly.
10:57 left here, fourth quarter. Gators now in a 2-by-2 set. Brown in the shotgun. One running back to his left. Brown back to pass. Nothing open. Going to roll out to his left. Fire down the sideline. Looking for Cannon. And did he catch that?
He caught
Indeed. That's going to be caught at the 23-yard line. I believe that's where they're going to mark it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Michigan.
You know what, Jim? When things are clicking, they just click. And they're getting passes out. They're doing what they got to do. And Cleveland's got to do a better job, DBs.
1st and 10 for the Gators. Are going to mark it at the 25-yard line. 10:21 left here, fourth quarter. Gators lead by a score of 26-0. And Cranston Brown, what can you say about him? Great arm there, great accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's having fun.
1st and 10 now for the Gators at the Cobras 25-yard line. 9:56 left here, fourth quarter. Two receivers to each side. Brown in the shotgun. A little bit of a high snap, handled no problem. Throw this one out to the flats, intended for Davis. Going to overthrow it. It's going to bring up 2nd down for Michigan.
Yeah, that's what happens when snap doesn't get there or a quarterback fumbles around on the ball. It throws the timing off of the play, and it just, unfortunately, that's number one. Get the ball to him, quarterback, catch the ball. So, because it throws timing off everywhere.
I was hoping to locate some scores for you from around the semi-pro world here. We're having a little bit of trouble, though.
You are up here.
Well, that's the lovely power of the internet. So you can go there.
I see.
However,
okay.
It's still kind of early here, but just after the 9 o'clock hour here in Madison Heights, Michigan, Gators with a 26-0 lead over the Cobras. 2nd and 10 now for Michigan. 9:24 on a running clock. Brown in no rush to get this one snapped. They'll hand it off the left side. Move it forward past the 20, 15, and down near the 10-yard line. That should be enough for another Gators first down. I believe it'll be 1st and goal now for Michigan as they'll take their time actually here with 9 minutes left. Again, Coach, you're up 26-0, no rush.
No, I'm going to run the ball, keep running the ball. It was a great run by Maddox, I tell you what. He looked like the road runner out there, man. Them feet were just going 900 miles an hour.
Receivers 2-by-2 again for Michigan. 8:36 left here. A little bit of a high snap. It's going to be handed off and off the right side. And it'll be brought down near the 7-yard line. And an excellent tackle by Frank Jackson. High snap there, Coach, and it kind of just fell into the handoff
of the running back.
And, you talked about when things are going right for you, they just go right.
But the problem was that through the timing of the playoff, when the defense saw that, they were able to come up pretty quick and shut that down. So
8:02 left on the clock here as it continues to run. Second and goal now, ball at the 6-yard line for Michigan. They'll be on the right hash mark. Twin receivers to the far side. Javon Daniels, the fullback, now to the right of Brown. Brown trying to readjust some receivers on the far side. Brown looking out to the far side, looking to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be overthrown.
Brown's pass incomplete.
Incomplete. That'll bring up third down for the Gators. Clock will stop with 7:25 left here at fourth quarter.
His receiver looked like he slowed down on the pattern. If he keeps running that should have been a touchdown. But as a quarterback, I'm going to go over and say, hey, Slappy, keep running your pattern. Because you run it, I threw it right where you needed it to be, and he stopped. And then he tried to throw another gear in, and he just couldn't catch up to it. So I'm sure they'll look at that play and say, keep it going, brother.
Third and goal now for the Gators. Ball at the Cobra 6-yard line. Pleasant will be the receiver to the far side now. Two receivers to the near side. Have a wing to the left. Javon Daniels to the right of Cranston Brown. Well, watch that top of the screen there, Coach. One-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Brown now with the handoff to the big man. He'll fight his way down. He'll get inside the 5, maybe to the 4-yard line. And that'll bring up fourth down for Michigan.
Short gain on the play. 4th and goal for the Gators. From about the 5-yard line.
6:26 left here, fourth quarter. As Yarborough will make his way back onto the field for Michigan. Cauley making his way back on the field for the Cobras. Glock will continue to run here as Michigan in no rush to get out of the huddle. 3 receivers now to the far side. That'll be Cannon, Pleasant, and Bauman for Michigan. Looks like some confusion on the offense. As Granberry tried to find a place to go. He'll be the wing to the right now. Some movement up front. And we'll see if they took a timeout before that happened. Indeed, it did. 5:41 left here, fourth quarter. Michigan with a 26-0 lead over the Cobras. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
5:41 left here, fourth quarter. Michigan with a 4th and goal now, ball at the Cleveland 5-yard line. Week 1 of the non-league portion of the season for the Cobras. They will head over to Detroit to take on the Ravens next Saturday. Ravens, in most aspects, considered the number 1 team in the nation, as the Cobras take on a tough non-league schedule before they get into the Tri-Point Football League play. That'll begin June 1st, as they will head to Alliance to take on the Ohio Gladiators. Brown now rolling out to his left, plant his feet, fires out into the corner, and this one's going to be way overthrown. It'll be a turnover on downs, and Cleveland now will have 95 yards to go to try to get the first points of the 2024 season.
Yep. Just play smart, run the ball, don't get real fancy where it's going to cost you even more points. This is the time where you look at your offense and say, let's try this, let's try that.
And certainly we've seen some adjustments made, eliminated turnovers here in the second half, haven't given up any points. So, again, some improvement here in the third and fourth quarter. And we would expect that we would see more improvement between week 1 and week 2, as that is most commonly the time recognized when the most improvements are made.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you're in defense, too. I mean, this is a good Michigan team. But, Cleveland, this is their first go at it. So, you're going to come out a little rusty. You always do. And against this team, that's hard to do. And then next week, you're even going to go even more.
Yeah, and certainly, I remember those days when the first game, and it was even from a cardio aspect, not used to that game pace.
Yep. So they've gone beyond that with their second game, and that, somebody says, does that make a difference? Absolutely.
Thompson now in the shotgun. Johnson to his right. One single receiver to the top. 3 receivers to the near side. Pump fake by Thompson. He'll get it out to Slater. Out to the 10 and out to the 15-yard line. So Ben Slater with his first reception of the year. We'll give them some room to work. For a second, I thought they were going to have a penalty. He had the ball spotted back there behind the huddle. But
yeah, I think he was trying to throw it to the official in the back. He didn't realize there was an official here up front that was marking the ball.
So 2nd and 1 now for the Cobras. 5 minutes left here in this game. 3 receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side. And Calhoun now into the right of Dave Thompson. Thompson waiting for the snap. He'll give it to Calhoun. Calhoun up the middle, hits the hole quickly, but brought down. Ball's going to come loose, but they're going to say he was down. And picked up by a Michigan Gator who headed towards the end zone. Antoine Wilson with it, says I had it, but the officials are going to say that Calhoun was down. Actually, it's going to say there's going to be a turnover. Excuse me.
Yeah, fumbled the ball.
Okay, I thought they were going to say that Calhoun was down.
Nope.
So a turnover for the Cobras. That's going to be their 3rd one today. Gators will get the ball 1st and 10 at the Cobra 16-yard line. 4:33 left here in this game.
As Mr. Ferris was signaling to me, when you're in the field of play, not going over the goal line, and you have the ball and you're stretching it, just because you get the first down doesn't mean the play ends. And that's what he did. He tried to stretch it over to first down. Somebody whacked the ball, and that's exactly what happened. You can't stretch a ball like that unless you are going down.
So 3rd turnover for the Cleveland offense. 4:33 left here, 4th quarter. Gators back on the field, 1st and 10 at the Cobra 16-yard line. Brown now in the shotgun. Yarborough head to the backfield. Dan Dozier also in the backfield now to the left of Brown. 2 receivers to the top for the Gators. Pleasant being the outside receiver. Hannes went off to Yarborough. Yarborough trying to make his way off the left side. And he's going to be chased down. And great work. As we try to get a number there, worked his way right down the line. And I believe that's going to be Frank Jackson on the tackle again.
Yeah, they've, I tell you what, Yarborough's a load. So when you hit him, you're going to feel it.
Yeah, certainly not somebody that you want to tackle from up high as a Cobra goes down. I believe they're going to have a cramp situation. I believe that's going to be Frank Jackson here as he tries to get up and work this one out. But we're going to have an official's timeout here. 3:56 left in this game. Michigan with a 26-0 lead. We will step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
3:32 left in the game. Michigan 2nd and 9 now. Yarborough will be the tailback behind Brown in the shotgun. You have Dozier to his left. Twin receivers to the left side. Dozier now will become the 3rd receiver. He'll pitch this one out to Yarborough. We're going to have a flag, and I believe it's going to be an illegal procedure coming up against Michigan. 2 men moving at the same time, and you can't do that, Coach.
Well, when he shifted, he was still moving forward at the snap of the ball. You can't do that. That you can do up north when you cross that Canadian line. But
yes.
You cannot do that. Oh, yeah, it's right over there. There's Dave.
That's right. Right across the bridge.
Right across the bridge. We're right there. But when you're moving, you have to get set for a second. And the back decided he was just going to keep running forward at the snap of the ball, and that's a no-no.
And that was confirmed by the referee.
I believe that's what he said. That would be a legal procedure.
2:55 left here, fourth quarter. Cobras trail by a score of 26-0. So it'll be 2nd and 14 now. Ball at the 20-yard line. As Brown will have Daniels to his left. Yarborough will be the tailback behind him. Twin receivers to the left. Single receiver to the right. They'll give it to Yarborough off the left side. And he'll be wrapped up. First contact made by Andy Code. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Gators.
Yeah, it's just they're just going to run the ball because they just want to get out of here. So they want to keep that clock running.
Short gain on the play, 3rd down.
Whoop. Saw somebody drop. I went, another cramp? No, that was the official.
Oh, that's not good.
No. He's all right. I think he stepped on somebody's foot and he went down. I thought, oh, boy, hope he's all right.
Well, one updated score is the Racine Raiders take on the Midwest Renegades. Raiders with a 13-0 lead at historic Horlick Field in Racine, Wisconsin. Brown in a pistol formation. High snap. He'll fake pitch it, send it across the middle, and he's going to have a man wide open. It's going to go off the fingertips. Pass intended for George Granberry. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Gators.
I didn't see who. There was another safety that got back there, and I don't know if he tipped it at the last second, but he was gaining ground on it, so it looked like he jumped up for it, so maybe he misdirected that ball a little bit.
I think that's going to be Darrell Lively that was on the coverage in the secondary for the Cobras. As Daniels will make his way to the sideline for Michigan. 1:33 left here in this game. Michigan Gators 26, Cleveland Cobras at 0. As we wind down week 1 of the non-league portion of the Cobra season. Brown now in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side for the Gators. 4th and 13. High snap. Brown will bring it back down, fire down the middle of the end zone, and he's going to overthrow his receiver. Looking for Cam Pleasant. And it's going to be a turnover on down, so with 1:25 left, Cobras will get one last shot to get into the end zone, put a drive together, try to at least leave on a positive note.
Yeah, I mean, again, obviously they lost this game, but let's put a drive together. Hey, maybe do a little 2-minute offense. This is the time you want to do it. Obviously, you know the game is over, but these are things that now this is a situation. I would be running a 2-minute offense, and then that way it's something that you practice during a game now, and that makes it.
Well, we have one score from earlier, and the Erie Express. They knock off the Appalachian Thunder by a score of 60-0.
Hoo-wee. That's an ouch.
Yeah, that's all right. Moving on from that.
That would be that'd be taking it to the woodshed.
Yeah, that
shows my age.
Yeah. 1:25 left here, fourth quarter. Cobras with one last shot to get into the end zone. They'll take it 1st and 10. Ball at the Cobra 19-yard line. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Thompson waiting for the snap. Quick pass out to the far side. Matt Wise going to pick this one up, going to get the first down out near the 40-yard line, past the 40, down to the 41-yard line. And the clock will stop long enough to get the marker set as the clock will stop with 1:19.
Looked like he had some wheels there, that young man.
We talk about Matt Wise last year having a breakout season, became a deep threat. As Thompson now in the shotgun. Clock will begin at 1:19. 3 receivers to the near side. Back to pass. Playing his feet. Plenty of time. Looking downfield. Going to throw it over the middle. Tried to hit Wise again. It's going to go off his fingertips. But there was really nowhere for him to go. The clock will stop with 1:13 left.
Just make these count. Try to get that score so it doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, and it's really different. You're walking out of here knowing you can move the ball downfield against a good team.
Yeah.
It really would leave on a high note.
Well, again, they were tight coming out. First game. No excuse on the ball's getting behind DBs. That should have been taken care of. But in defense to the Cobras, they made their changes, and they did a good job second half.
Thompson in the shotgun, empty backfield. Back to pass. Ends coming in after Thompson going to launch it downfield, and it's going to be picked off at the 30-yard line, brought back to the 50, 40, and he's going to be chased down by Matt Wise at the 20-yard line. And the Gators will take over with just 57 seconds left here in the game. And that'll put it away for Michigan.
And I would think the coach would just take some knees here, I would hope.
Flag after the play, and I believe we're going to have an unsportsmanlike coming up against Michigan. Whatever, I didn't see what happened down in the end zone, but
I did not.
The referee didn't appreciate it, and they'll add 15, or actually subtract 15 for the Gators.
He did something with the football in the end zone, I could tell you that, because he had to go get it. That's just silly.
So most likely we would expect that the Gators would just take a knee, wrap this one up, and the Michigan Gators will go to 2-0 on the 2024 season. Cobras will end the night 0-1 in the non-league portion of the 2024 season. But again, for the first time out, there was a lot of good things I saw, especially in the second half as the clock will begin to run here, and it looks like we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, they're just wrapping it up.
And pleasantries being in exchange there, and Cleveland makes their way over here to take on a good team, and it now gives them a little bit of a gauge on where they have to go this week as they get prepared for the Detroit Ravens.
Well, and I'm sure the coaching staff, whether they get together or they get them on the internet and just tell them, hey, you know what, we got to watch this film as a group, and we got to clean these mistakes up.
And that will bring us to the end of the game here officially, as the Michigan Gators will shut out the Cleveland Cobras by a score of 26-0. We're going to step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll give you a quick scoring recap, tell you about next week, and then we'll get you prepared for more of the 2024 Cleveland Cobra season coming up here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. One more time from Madison Heights, Michigan, as we wrap it up here. The Michigan Gators get the 26-0 win over the Cleveland Cobras. Scoring went like this, and we get started at 6:35 of the first quarter. Brown would hit Holmes to open the scoring. That would give them a 6-0 lead. And at 1:14, it would be Cranston Brown again to Yarborough, 16 yards. As Yarborough would catch the ball out in the flats, he would go all the way to the end zone. They would get the 2-point conversion, and that would make the score 14-0. With 7:11 left in the second quarter, Brown would find Holmes again for the 17-yard touchdown pass, and that would put the Gators up by a score of 20-0. They could not convert on the 2-point conversion. And as time expired in the second quarter, Cranston Brown would hit Jose Cannon on a 35-yard touchdown pass. It would make the score 26-0 at the half. And that's the way, actually, the game would end here. As the Cobras dropped to 0-1, the Michigan Gators improve to 2-0. And Coach, again, we've talked about it. We reiterate a lot of good things to build on here. They took these tough games in the non-league portion of the season so they could see where they were at, get battle-tested, and get ready for the Tri-Point Football League season.
And it's just going to be a learning experience for them because now they see what they have to do, and it ain't going to get any better next week, so they have to get better.
Yeah, certainly. Tough challenge coming up next week, and from there, they will head to June 1st as they will head over to Marlington High School in Alliance to take on the Ohio Gladiators. Again, that's June 1st, Saturday. The first official week of the Tri-Point Football League season. First official week of the Players Football Association was last week, so they are about a month apart. Again, I want to thank Jeff Beck from 12 Ounce Sports and Brian Snow from Snowman Multimedia for joining us here this evening. And we love you being a part of the iMedia One Network and all the fun things we get to do here in the spring here as we wrap up the Youngstown Phantoms and get the minor league football season going. And we will be back next week as we head up to Detroit to take on the Ravens. So for the coach, Bob Gessler, for Dave Ferris, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us here on Western Reserve Radio, all along the Cleveland Cobras broadcast network. Your score, one last time. From Madison Heights, Michigan, it is the Michigan Gators 26, the Cleveland Cobras nothing. Thanks for joining us. We hope you all have a fantastic Mother's Day.
Yes, I just wanted to say to all the mothers who have passed and here present, have a beautiful Mother's Day. God bless you, and good night all.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.